In certain extreme situations, the law is inadequate. In order to shame its inadequacy, it is necessary to act outside the law, to pursue natural justice. This is not vengeance. Revenge is not a valid motive, it's an emotional response. No, not vengeance. Punishment.
Tonight we have a chance to say, yeah, you're right. We're too extreme, we're too wild, we're too out of control, we're too full of our own shit. Or we have a chance to say, hey, fuck you, you're wrong. Fuck you, we're right. Because you have all made it to the dance. Because believe me, this is the dance. Start the show.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome. It's the Steel Toe Evening Show.
It is.
It's the nighttime program. Welcome. Somebody said we should be more metal with our intro.
Oh, really?
So I found, it says Pantera cover, but I feel like the people doing Pantera covers on the internet are kind of Milli Vanilli-ing it a little.
Yeah.
And they're just finger fucking a guitar while the actual track plays.
Yeah.
Because you notice I can hear the words
Yeah.
in the background of this one. Like they tried to karaoke him out, but all it did was dim the vocals.
Right.
So I think
And
this guy might be finger fucking a fretboard.
Kind of made the drum beat weak too as well. There.
Yeah.
He
And
didn't get
like,
the fucking
like
drum.
look at this. Okay, look at this fucking guy. I don't think he's actually playing. Right? The lyrics are playing. I think this guy's just finger fucking his fancy guitars and he's not actually playing any. I could be wrong. I'm sorry to Anthony R. Javino. I just kind of shit all over his YouTube thing. I didn't mean to. I'm just skeptical of your bullshit, that's all. Just a little skeptical, buddy. Welcome to the program. It's going to be a busy one tonight. It'll be fun.
All right.
We'll update you on the great case.
Oh, yeah? There's updates?
Not really.
Not
Well,
really?
that's
Okay.
the thing. Like, the shows have been getting back to normal.
Yeah.
And holy shit, I have to say this. I was going to agree with the critics. In fact, I did agree with the critics.
Mm-hmm.
And we were both wrong. The critics of this show were wrong, and I was wrong.
Yeah.
I thought that we'd just kind of go back to our old numbers.
Yep.
When the show got back to normal, as it has since probably Wednesday or Thursday. And we've been peaking out at 1,000 in the mornings on YouTube and about 400 or 500 on Rumble, so...
Nice.
It's about doubled. Like the audience size is about doubled. So that's pretty cool. You guys, a lot of you have stuck around and become fans. I didn't necessarily think that was going to happen. I thought it was just going to be blood sports fans. And then, on Wednesday when I said, hey guys, I got to kind of shut the fuck up. I've told my story. Let's not tell it 14 fucking times.
Right.
And be an asshole about it. But let's still... Look, man, I'm still going to cover every development of this thing because I'm a part of it. It's part of my life. It's all my life was for 6 months. It's literally all my fucking life was.
Uh-huh.
I was walking around Menards yesterday shopping for wood pellets and snacks for the kids.
Yeah?
And I was like...
Boring Midwest guy stuff.
I was like, fuck, am I excited to do this? I actually texted a friend of mine. I go, do you know how fucking pumped I am to be at Menards right now just doing gay shit? Like, I'm looking for wood pellets, and I'm like...
Because that's what you're supposed to do.
Right. Like, I'm sitting here like, do I want to get some cherry wood pellets, or do I want to get hickory pellets? And that was a big moment for me, like, making that decision.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is life.
Yes.
You don't finish your evening show and go over to someone else's house and fuck their wife.
No.
That's not how life is supposed
No.
That's not how you do life.
It's
you don't
not.
whisper sweet nothings in each ear and tell each other you're in love with them and that your soulmate. Like, that's as nice as that felt at the time. That's fucked up, apparently. is what I'm learning from people.
A little bit.
That's a fucked up way to live your life. Yeah. Huh. Apparently, you're only supposed to fuck people who aren't taken and then build a healthy relationship with that person and live a nice life. And
You could even start with building the base of a healthy relationship before you fuck them.
holy shit. And then you're saying you can go to Menards together.
Yes. Before you've ever even fucked.
Whoa.
And find out, like, wow, this is fun.
I'm going to go to
And
Menards
then
with
both
a
of you
bitch.
will go, and then both of you will go, this works out really good. Let's go fuck. And then it's really good.
You fuck after Menards?
I don't think you could.
Ooh.
This is hypotheticals.
Got
I
baby steps.
I never brought anyone in Menards before I fucked them. I will
steps.
say that.
I'll say this. When I go on websites and stuff and people talk about me, some of them are really mad that I got any kind of pussy at all ever in my life. There's a lot of them who are just really mad that I ever got pussy. They're like, dude, this fucking guy, this guy looks like a piece of shit. I'm like, well,
That's
I was.
the fun part in this. Like,
I don't
that part
look-
you should enjoy.
But I don't look the way I look to impress you.
Right.
Like, I'm not out there to fuck you, dude.
Now.
I'm sorry. And look, I didn't make anybody do it. So they're like, this fucking piece of shit. It's like, don't get mad at me. Get mad at the people with bad judgment who
I was going to say,
touched my penis.
And what were her options?
That's a good point, too. Okay, here are your choices. Well, you know, his physique could leave a little something to be desired, or here's your other option. Ready? Here's your other option.
You forgot the jerking motion, sir.
You could have Robert De Niro in Awakenings, or you know, I don't know, Robin Williams in Awakenings. One of the two. I do. You could have that, or you could have Fat Michael Keaton, as one of my high school teachers used to call me, which I don't really get that one. Dwight Schrute. You can have Rainn Wilson, or you can have. Those are your choices. Like, I understand that in a vacuum, the idea of having sex with me is gross.
Right.
I get that.
But when you're given those two options.
But when your option is that, or I don't look so bad. When your conversation with someone...
Was this a whole nother scenario you were in with someone who was a retard?
No, same scenario.
Oh, okay. Just getting hard to tell.
But, you know, when your options for sex and conversation are, I really care about you.
Yeah.
And I really want nothing but great things for you and blah, 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 and all that. Or... You can have Vincent D'Onofrio post-alien overtaking in Men in Black.
Yeah.
Or you can have Rainn Wilson from The Office. Look, if someone says, would you fuck Rainn Wilson from The Office? They'd be like, ew, no, that's fucking disgusting. That would be a terrible source of judgment. I'd go back to my family after that and move back in with them and try to repent for the mistakes I've made.
And well, your other option is...
But the other option is... Well, I've been noticing an infestation here. I've looking for nothing but a barely evolved, barely conscious pond scum. Like, when those are your two options, Rainn Wilson doesn't look too bad. I'm glad Matt's laughing. That's how we know it's a good start to the show.
Yes.
If I may start this off like a queer, I'm going to have a Leinenkugel summer shandy this evening.
No, that's actually a real beer, though, is it not?
People call you a fag for drinking this.
Really?
I'm dealing with a...
I got yelled at once for saying that word.
Yeah, but it's my show. I can say it.
I know. I'm not...
Yes.
It doesn't mean I'm not going to call you out every time you say it.
Right. No, it's a 100%. It's a hypocrisy, is what it is.
That's fine, because it's your show.
Right.
It's not my show.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I get it.
One more time.
Your show.
So I can say...
Whatever the fuck you want.
Fag. Thank you.
I wasn't going to say it.
I do like my comparison of the two sex partners. That is a classic bit that I should hang on to. Anyway, you know, in the chat before the show started, I was getting a lot of questions. People were in a really questioning mood today.
Yes.
Here's what happened. Here's what's happened.
What's that?
The whole, like, the stories regarding this arrest and all this stuff has kind of slowed to a trickle, as it always was going to.
Yeah.
There's not as much news coming out anymore. So people want to know more, like, intimate details. They want me to throw more logs on the fire. They're like, please, Aaron, tell us another campfire story
I think you
about, you know, Swingers Mansion.
Yeah.
I don't have any more stories for you. I gave you the goods, you know. I wasn't, you know, people like this fucking grifter son of a bitch. I wasn't grifting. I wasn't like slow rolling this shit. I got it all out there, and now we're back out to what we do. All I wanted to do was showcase how funny we could be for the new fans, and hopefully grab a few more people. We grabbed 2,000 or 3,000 new subscribers. We've doubled our numbers, which is great. I appreciate it. And look, as stuff comes out, I'll let you know. But a lot of people were asking questions before the show, and I'm like, you know what? I really am, if I may grift for a moment.
Yeah.
Because everyone else is. At least I was there.
Right.
Let me allow me to wet my beak. I thought,
Just
you know
the
what?
tip, though.
If you guys have this many questions, whatever I can answer, I will. Don't ask me specifics about criminality and shit like that. Anything over $5, you throw it in on PayPal, Streamlabs, Super Chats, Rumble, whatever. You got a question, I'll do the best I can. I think that's fair. You throw in a question, I'll do the best I can. If it's obvious, like over-the-top shit, though, you have to understand when I can't answer it. So don't send like $10 and like this, and that. It's like, come on, dude. Yeah. Don't be fucking weird. If it's about April and I, you know, we talked about the divorce today. If there's any questions about that, anything April and I related, I can answer absolutely. April and I's relationship is not the subject of a criminal investigation at the moment. It is not. But let me get to a couple of these super chats. And also there's Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo. All those links are in the chat, pinned to the top of the page. We are at $200 for tonight's goal. That's not bad at all. Let's, shit, man. In the next 50 minutes, let's get it under 100. Why not? Ozone with $4.99 says, FYI, hearing you say the word pussy makes me want to throw myself down the stairs. That's what I'm saying. Nobody who watches this show wants to think about me getting pussy. Ever. Like, Aaron fucks that. Well, because there's probably people watching this show who are on a dry spell, and they're like, it fucking sucks. This is terrible. And then they consider the fact that I fuck, and they're like, this is disgusting. There's no God. Like, me getting any kind of pussy, let alone two at once.
Doesn't say two at the, yes.
Makes them think, Jesus Christ, I'm fucking, this is the worst. There is no God. We're all on our own. That's the way. Can you imagine being that powerful? I mean, that's me. That's the power and influence I have on people. The mere act of me having sex with one or two women makes people believe in no God.
They lose their fucking minds.
That's pretty amazing.
It is.
If you think about it. But again, you have to consider the situation. Your choices are, oh man, I could probably lose 10 or 15. Or, puts it a little more into perspective, if you ask me.
Just a bit.
Mr. Me with $20 says, fucking gold. Thank you, Mr. Me. Nick the Milkman with $5 says, why are you gay? Happy Pride Month. Glad you came out in time to celebrate. You know, Kayla pointed this out to me
You're gay?
Back in the, yeah, she said, you know, you really are kind of a thing. She pointed this out to me once. She goes, you know, we're polyamorous. And she said, that's part of Pride. That's part of the LGBTQ plus community. So you could argue that for like 5-6 months of my life, I was part of the LGBTQ plus community. Right? I mean,
how is straight sex part of that?
Polyamorous. Multiple relationships. Right?
I'm not buying it.
Right.
That's a loophole.
Well,
that's a loophole.
Well, it certainly is. But. Rusty Grammar with $1 says, it's over. It's finished. R.I.P. It's been a fun 10 years. Not going to lie. Sending my best wishes for the new era of the greatest show on earth. Oh, I thought he meant like this show because he's like, it's been a fun 10 years. Oh, he's saying, okay. Whew.
That era.
Appreciate it. A little nervous there. 200 is the number for today. Thank you guys very much. And, the first two $20 contributions on PayPal tonight are going to get $50 to Stoney's.
Ooh.
I think we're going to be out of those at the end of this week, and then next week they'll be reloaded. So we're running through the Stoney's gift cards so that we run out of them one week and then reload on them the next. So the first two people to throw 20 or more into PayPal or Venmo are going to get $50 to Stoney's. I just sent out about 10 Stoney's gift cards today, and I sent out the, what do you call those? The tumblers. I sent the tumblers out today.
There you go.
So those will be going. Chelino, if you're watching the show, I need your actual name. His shit came back to me.
Oh.
Because apparently if you're sending shit across the country or sending it to Canada, you have to have their legal name, like their real name. They don't fuck around. I couldn't put Chelino down. So
wait. You actually addressed it to Chelino?
Yeah. I addressed it to Chelino.
What the fuck, Chelino? Why didn't you include that when you gave him the address?
Yeah, buddy, include your full name so I can get your shit back from the Mounties.
Wow.
And send it over to you if that's all right. So, yeah, first two over $20 tonight. We'll be getting $50 to Stoney's. And what is today, the 3rd? A week from today, tickets for the 10th anniversary show will go on sale, and VIPs can claim their 2 free ones.
Ooh.
So that'll be fun. We're going to do the roast.
I better go buy one.
We've got Gino, Matt, Keanu, Johnny. I want to get Corey. I want to get Adrian. That's 6 roasters. If they each do 10 minutes, that's an hour. And then I go on and I do 15 minutes, and then somebody hosts, and then they do 15 minutes. That's an hour and a half. That's probably good for the drunk people we'll have up there. Oh, and the Aristococks have to make an appearance. So
well, then don't you do a thing at the end?
That's what I just said.
Oh, okay. Sorry,
You're a good co-host.
I was getting nervous about having to figure out how to do 10 minutes.
Matadors, horn up! The Matadors are very excited before the show. Before the show, they had a lot of things to say about you. One of them was you've got the Matadors. They want to give. Somebody said we should give Matt all the pats on the back. And they started the hashtag Pat Matt. So there's Pat Matt and there's the Matadors.
All right.
They love you.
Hashtag Pat Matt.
But a lot of people hate you.
I know.
I've noticed that.
I love it.
I don't know why. I have a great time doing shows with Matt. I feel like the energy is fun. I feel like the mood in the room is good. But some people just hate your fucking guts.
And I love the haters.
You do? You love them?
I do. Love saying hi to them. I love it when they're pissed off that I'm here. And when I leave here, turn the fucking internet off. They don't exist anymore.
Attaboy. Boy, if I had my last co-host could have had that attitude, maybe we'd still be together. I don't know.
They get all worked up till the next time I come on and get all pissed off.
Freaky Deaky becoming a member for 21 months says, are we going to see Adrian on the show in the future? Probably not. Real Satan Claus with a great point. He says, how haven't you been roasted enough the last month? What's a little extra when it's your friends, right? Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, no. I should have never put on that Sonichu medallion. I'm like that prosecutor in The Devil's Advocate. Is there a guy killing goats somewhere? Fucking with me? Anyway.
Wow.
Couple of developments.
Yeah.
In that world that we can get to. Ayatollah Khomeini Diff with 199 says being a friend in Islam is condemned in Islam, Imholt. Well, I'm sorry, Ayatollah. I apologize. Thank you for the 199. And again, anything over $5, you send a question in tonight. There were so many people asking questions in the chat today before the show started. I'm like, you know what, guys? Anything over $5, you throw me a question. If I can legally answer it for you, I'll answer it for you. But thank you guys very much. $200 away from tonight's goal if you'd like to chip in. So a couple of developments. Number one, I think people in my neighborhood have kind of been reading the news and digging around YouTube.
Really?
Yeah. There's a lot of people who won't look at me, and I think
the neighbors you do karaoke with?
No, they love me. That's just it. So when I would go over to my neighbor's house, and we would hang out, a bunch of his neighbors would come over, and they'd hang out, and there was this couple people that used to come around every time, and they don't anymore.
You're chasing off your neighbor's
Dude,
friends.
I'm starting to think they might have been reading up, and they might have been like, that guy's a fucking degenerate pig. And I'm like, what? Did you read the part where I'm really sorry? Did you read the part where I said it's wrong and I'm trying to atone for my sins and become a better person? I think they're just reading the part where my wife got arrested. As soon as the judge puts their name on it, ex-wife.
Yep.
She got arrested. Did you read the part where I wasn't there for the last 6 or 7 weeks?
And you've both signed the divorce papers, and
oh man, yeah.
She hasn't lived here for 2 months.
I think they think I'm a fucking creepazoid, which it's fair. I mean, if you just read shit, yeah, I look like a fucking freak for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still, y'all know me, still the same old G, but I've been low key. That's all. Trying to celebrate my LGBTQ month with some of my closest friends, but they all think I'm a fucking degenerate pig dog, which I guess is fine.
That'll happen, Yeah.
I'll get by with a little help from my friends, essentially. I always say, when they look at me like I'm some kind of freak, I go, you should see the other guy. He's still fighting it. He won't even say he is.
I don't know if he's really fighting it.
I'm the one sitting here going, look, it's a rough stretch of bad road there, Chief. Sorry about that. And he's like, fucking government conspiracy. So anyway, we have a few developments. Number one, Nick was telling the truth. He deserves some credit for this.
Oh, really?
Kayla did bond out. He did pay her bond as well. Remember when he paid the $5,000?
Yep.
People were like, whoa, dude, you didn't pay your wife's $5,000? That's fucking cold, brother. Like, and some people led people to speculate that she left him or that they were separating, living separately, whatever. It turns out he did pay hers as well. The paperwork just hadn't gone through and it hadn't been released and all that stuff. And I'll tell you this. In my group yesterday, people are going to go, oh, fucking group. We talked about resentment versus gratitude.
Yeah.
Resentment is looking backward and resenting people for the choices they made. You can't do that. They get to make their own choices. You make yours. And gratitude is being grateful for the choices you've made and the people that are around you. Yeah. And I have a lot of gratitude now, and I've let go of resentment. So thinking backwards or looking back at that time or those people is, I would say, frowned upon in the position I'm in. It shouldn't be done. But that's on a personal level.
Okay.
On a professional level, talking about the news, I'm still very fascinated as to what's going on, just like anybody else is. Yeah. Everybody else is wondering, one of the things, main things I get from people is, where's April? They always say that. I'm like, you think I fucking know? We won't even, like, when she came to pick up her shit, we wouldn't even look at each other. Like, I didn't even know she was here. One minute there was shit in the driveway, the next minute there wasn't. That was it.
Nice.
Our opinions of each other are so, like, fucking here to here. There's no speaking. Like, we were speaking through my attorney.
I know that feeling.
Because I'm just like, when you talk to me, you drive me fucking insane. And she's like, you're a piece of shit and I hate you. Fine. Okay. When there's no kids involved, that's an easy thing to, step away from. And so people have been asking me, they're like, where's April? Where she should be is with her parents in Litchfield. When you go through something this traumatic, and I'm speaking from experience, and I didn't even get arrested or busted. Like, I didn't have the whole experience she did. Yeah. I just had the degeneracy and, all the bad shit I did. And then I corrected, took responsibility, moved on, and changed, trying to change my life. She didn't do that. Like, she hung in there till the bitter end like Hitler in the bunker. I'm hoping her parents, after I called them and talked to them, just before she got busted, I'm hoping they said, you've got to come home. You've got to regroup. You're on the right side of 30 yet. Why don't we get you back home? You rest up. You're going to get a name change, which is great. The name change will be awesome for you. Yeah. And you can put your life back together and you can build from the ground up. Because remember, she was working at like a machine shop or whatever.
Yeah.
Manufacturing. So it's not like I'm not insulting her. It wasn't a long fall from grace. She can go back to that point.
Oh, yeah.
Right away. They're always looking for people.
Yep.
So she can go right back to that. She doesn't have to be on the internet. She can live a private life. And she'll probably meet someone very nice. She's a pretty girl. She'll meet someone very nice, and she can live a full, boring life. Here's what I'm worried about. I want that. I want a nice, boring Midwestern life. I've had enough excitement for one lifetime. Look, man, I lived in disco. It was fucked up. You know? Were there fun times? Boy, howdy. Was it, I watch like PPP on Kino Casino. He's like, the degeneracy, buddy, and all this degeneracy. He's like, look, man, sometimes the degeneracy is, Raven once said, but bad decisions don't seem so bad when we're making them.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
You look back and you go, oh my God. But you remember in the moment, you're like, fucking Jesus Christ, dude. So I did that and I went, that's enough disco for me. I want to go to Menards. I want to, you know what the adventurous thing I was thinking of doing today was? I want to rent a slingshot for 4 hours.
Oh, there you go.
I want to go out on a slingshot. That looks like fun. Or rent a pontoon, go out on a pontoon. Do you have a pontoon or you have a fishing boat?
I have access to a fishing. I don't need to buy one. I have 3 people I know. I can just go use it.
See, I need access to a pontoon. Fuck a fishing boat.
Well, it's a really big, we could hit the river this summer. I got a big fishing boat.
I'd hit the river.
Yeah.
Like it's one of those fishing boats that could be a speedboat if you needed it to be. Like it's got a 115
horse motor on it.
It'll
move.
Shit, dog. We'll do that.
Like it's got nice seats and a stereo and yeah, you can cruise on it and float and hang out as well.
What do you want to do? How you want to hang out? You want to hang out boring Midwest guy on the river? You want to go disco?
I'm going to avoid the disco.
That's what I'm calling my old life.
Sounds like I'm too old for disco.
You know what I'm calling my old life? That's
disco?
Official tonight.
Disco?
You want to do it disco?
No. Too old for that shit.
Me too.
Too old for disco.
Me too. And can I tell you,
only lived a taste of it for a little while. There's
Dude,
people who go their whole life doing that shit. Dude.
I lived disco for less than half a year and I lost my fucking mind.
Right.
I lived disco and I didn't even get into heavy into drugs.
People do that shit for 20 years.
And they die of AIDS. I don't know how you do disco for more than a couple months without losing your fucking mind. Well, I guess look at the other 3 of them. They lost their fucking minds.
Right.
Like, I'm still recovering. Like, I'm going to shit to get my mind right so I can be the guy I want to be. I saw a clip of Patrick Melton, and he was going, Aaron's in a weird place. I'm like, first of all,
really?
great diagnosis.
Wow.
Good job. That Aaron's in a weird place. He's 37 and doesn't know who he is. Fucking right. Pretty wild, right, buddy? Isn't that fucking crazy?
Wait. He's criticizing you for that?
Right. I mean,
if he knows who he is and he's comfortable with who he is with what he does, look, I don't think he should be criticizing you.
You're right. If you're Patrick Melton and you say Aaron doesn't know who he is, my counter to that would be, wait, you know who you are and that's okay? Like that's what you've settled on? Fuck, dude. I'll be undecided for a while. I just know that I don't disco. That's all I know.
You know what you don't want?
I don't want disco.
Exactly.
But if you ever,
sometimes knowing what you don't want, after you get out in the world, you'll start to figure out what you do want because you know what to stay away from.
I'm pretty sure in the summertime, I want pontoons and Menards.
Yeah.
In the winter, I want Vikings games and casinos.
There you go.
That's what I do want.
Yeah.
In the wintertime. So I think that's why I just kind of a boring dude. You know?
It's just,
you know what I don't like?
You can be content and normal and happy and do normal stuff and have fun.
You know what I don't like?
Disco?
Disco. Disco ain't for me, buddy. Oh, and in the summertime, golf. Lots of golf.
Oh, golf.
Lots of golf. I'm a boring Midwestern guy for sure. So like Patrick Melton going like, oh, he's 37 and he doesn't know who he is. I'm pretty sure I've got it down now who I am.
Mm-hmm.
I just know for sure I'm not disco.
Yeah.
That's it. But now I do know that I have that in my tool belt. So if anyone calls me up and says, hey, Aaron, thinking I want to hang out, thinking I want to do a little disco. I'm like, look, buddy, here's how you do it, but you got to count me out.
Yeah.
Like I can be a disco consultant.
Oh, okay.
But I would warn you against the side effects of disco. You know? Life falling apart, losing your marriage, fall in love with another woman.
And
you know?
Maybe you don't want to go disco.
Yeah, these are all side effects of disco. I mean, if you low-key hate your spouse, then fucking, dance the night away. You know, who am I to tell you not to? But just, know that there's warnings.
Mm-hmm.
Disco set me back quite a bit, I will tell you. So let me get to some of these super chats, and then we'll get to the update in the case. We got going a little. We got off the rails a little.
Yeah, a little bit.
No pun intended. Talking about disco.
I get it.
$2 from 383 Novocaine said, who had the stickier gum glove? First of all, that's not over $5, and second of all, not appropriate. St. Toe with $4.99 says you got to pump those numbers up. Marry Matt and divorce him to get up there with Levy's numbers. Oh, wait. Oh, and where's April? Yeah, see, I don't know where she is. That's not over $5. I shouldn't answer that. I thought Levy had dog shit numbers. I think we're beating everybody in the morning anyway. I don't know about the evening, but in the morning, we're kicking the shit out of everybody. Ayatollah Khomeini Diff with $4.99 says, brother, do you ever blocked on everything? It will give you peace. She's not active on anything. She's trying to put her fucking life back together, which good. I hope she is putting her life back together. I think that's a good thing. I just hope she's not with them. If she's with them, none of them are going to get better. Here's the thing I've learned about addiction in going to groups and shit like that. Addicts can't clean each other up.
No.
You know?
No.
They're going to lean on each other and they're going to go back to the bad things. Mm-hmm. So I don't, if she's not with them, if she's with her parents, I think that's great. I think that's wonderful. I think she can, honestly, I think she can have her act cleaned up and her life back on the right track by the end of the year.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Fucking by the end of the summer. You know what I mean?
It wouldn't take long.
No, not at all. They dropped all the charges.
Yep.
If those charges stay away, then fuck, dude, you got off scot-free. Like Gino said, you got arrested in a house full of cocaine, guns, and children, and you walked.
Yeah.
Respect. Walk. Yeah. The whole deal. So you can get that back in relatively short order. Now, when I saw that Kayla had bonded out too,
yep,
that, honestly, that disappointed me. Not that she gives a shit. I don't think she ever wants to hear my fucking name again. I don't think she wants to see me, hear from me ever again, which is fine. I get it. Mm-hmm. We did disco. You don't want to see your old dancing partners.
Right.
That's for when you're trying to be done with disco. But when I saw her bond out, I was really disappointed because in my mind, like I think about the state of Minnesota. The state of Minnesota doesn't want to put people in prison for drugs. They want to try, we have this thing called diversion programs.
Okay.
They want you to clean up. They want you to stay out of the system. They want you to get back home, get your kids back, stay out of prison, stay out of trouble, stay off of drugs. Mm-hmm. That's what they would like to see. Throwing you in prison where you can get drugs, do drugs, and stay hooked on drugs is not something the state of Minnesota is interested in. All they ask in exchange is that you fucking cooperate a little.
Yeah.
That's all. Just cooperate with us. Play ball. So when I heard that Nick had bonded out and Kayla didn't, I thought, that's great.
Yep.
That's awesome. Because I know Nick's an arrogant, stubborn son of a bitch who's never going to admit that he did anything wrong. Not just in this case, but fucking ever. Anything. But Kayla, I was like, she kept the bond. That means she's sticking with the random testing, no drinking, no drugs, no leaving the state, all of that stuff. Man, yes. Because I have that woman loves her children. And I thought her number one thing is going to be getting her kids back. And, I've watched as her kids, like her daughter came up to her and just gave her this beautiful speech on how much she loved her and how much her mom means to her. And Kayla broke down in tears. I saw this happen multiple times. So I thought that when Nick posted bond, I'm like, fucking right on, Kayla. There you go. Good job. When I saw that she bonded out too, part of me did go, uh-oh.
Do you think
that's not good?
Is it possible he could have just paid it even if she said no to him? Does she have to sign anything?
Yeah, she has
okay.
to sign.
I didn't know how that worked.
She has to sign too. So that was another sign that I'm like, well, it has been like 2 months since I've seen any of these people. A lot can change.
Yeah.
Maybe, it's time to just come to grips with the fact that these aren't the same people you remember. Like it got away from them. The buzzkill was gone, so disco got turned up to 11 maybe. I don't know.
The boring Midwestern guy was.
Yeah, that boring Midwestern guy who, wants to ride a slingshot and fucking play beanbags. That queer. That really bummed me out. I still hope, look, if I could tell her one thing, it would be cooperate with the police, cooperate with child services especially. That'll help you in situations like this. Go to rehab. I mean, if you have to, get a divorce. I mean, like to me, okay, I can just say if I were her, there would be only one focus for me, and it would be getting my children back. I love my children, and I know she loves her children too. My number one thing would be, and this is just me speaking if I were someone else, I would get a divorce. I would go to rehab. I would get a therapist. I would work with the police. I would work with Child Protective Services. I would do everything I could. And you know what they'll probably give me? Misdemeanor charge.
Yeah.
Plead it. Pay a fine. Maybe do some community service or stuff like that. I'll have to work with CPS to get my kids back. But if I clean up my act, CPS does not want to keep people away from their children if there's not a reason to.
Right.
You know?
Don't give them a reason.
So when I saw the bond thing, I was like, well, fuck. You know? That sucks. But what do you do? What do you do? So I will say, I hope, so April and I, the divorce is final. I hope she's rebuilding her life in Litchfield, Minnesota, because to be honest with you, I think it is a great town to rebuild your life in.
Mm-hmm.
Small town, quiet, all that stuff. Great. And I think some of my neighbors think I'm a creep. That's what I have for you so far tonight.
All right.
JS with $4.99 says, have you ever thought of a quick, easy transplant to fill in those power alleys? Would look good. April used to call them my kiss pockets.
Your kiss pocket?
Yeah, you know what she called them when she started doing drugs?
Huh?
Fuck you, you fucking annoying asshole. You're a piece of shit. That's different than kiss pockets.
That's oddly specific.
Well, disco will do that to you. Disco changes the way you see people.
Apparently.
Here's what will really change a relationship between two people who are doing disco.
Uh-huh.
Is if you go, you sure you don't think you're doing a little too much disco? That'll stop the music pretty fucking quick. I'll tell you. But no, JS, I have not. I think I'm going to let these go, and eventually you'll just see me doing this show in a hat. Or bald. I don't know. Mr. Me with $10 says, I kind of feel like Nick could have gotten away with it if he just blamed the drugs and guns on a black. Easy peasy. I don't understand why no one thought of that. Just say there was a black. Well, dude, it's Spicer, Minnesota. Where are you going to find a black at this hour? Especially when you got to remember, the congregation was telling everybody that there was disco going on.
Yeah, there's that.
And if the congregation tells you there's disco, they're going to investigate the disco.
He had white powder on his nose and it was bleeding.
He went on stream with fucking nosebleeds and white powder on his face.
Oh, it was the black that did it
Oh,
to
a
him.
Negro put his penis on my face.
He was ashy when he punched me in the nose.
An ashy Negro put this powder on my nose, Your Honor. I have no idea what you're talking about. Disco, never heard of it. I don't even like Gloria Gaynor.
Oh,
I don't think you can blame that on a black person.
No.
No. Gray Duckling with $5 says, thing I've learned about addiction, lube helps. Thank you, Gray Duckling. By the by, Kim Florentine with $4.99, putting us down to $175 for tonight. Thank you. Says, had you not cut ties with the drug den, how many coke-fueled nights do you think it would have taken for the gun to make its first major appearance? I never even knew there was a fucking gun anywhere near me. Never had any idea. Tell you that much. St. Toe with $9.99. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I was say most people with children leave them locked up, though.
I don't know anything about it.
I'm just saying where the
you guys-
report said it was found.
You guys can speculate all you want.
No, that's just it.
I'm not going to say anything about
where
it.
the report said it was. I was like, that's concerning.
Also, we're down to one after I'm reading. I'll read all these super chats, but with the super chats that have come in, we're down to 160 for tonight. Holy shit, you guys. Thank you. St. Toe with $9.99 said, you have said many times that you do not like the way drugs make you feel, which makes it easy to stop. I get it. Same for me. How do you think it would be if you did enjoy drugs? I'd have a fucking mugshot you guys would all be making fun of, and I wouldn't be doing a show right now? You think all those people were in that house because they hated disco?
No.
I was here because I hated disco. They fucking loved that shit, apparently. They did it. You know how fucking good those drugs were? They weren't doing any fucking laundry. They were like, who gives a shit about dirty clothes? I got disco. So, yeah, I mean, how do you think it would be if you did enjoy drugs? Well, look at the other three who enjoyed them very much.
You got your answer.
Yeah, they would have found less than 26 grams.
That was
because this schnozola would have had his cut.
That was the life you were living. You would have been part of that. That's how it would have been.
No, I like you, St. Toe. I'm just you set us up for some humor there. I'm not shitting on you, buddy, but
no.
You know.
I mean, it's an obvious. You got an obvious answer to that question.
Yeah. Ozone with $4.99 says, what do you think of Kevin Brennan's offer to pay April $40,000 a year for 12 to 15 hours a week of work on MLC? I think it's remarkably unhealthy for her right now. I think it's terribly unhealthy. She doesn't like the negativity that comes with the internet, so I imagine misery loves company is not the first time someone calls her a fucking coke whore or something in a super chat. It's not going to go well.
Right.
So I would say no if I were April.
Yeah.
Plus, I paid her more. Which is going to make everyone who's ever worked on this show fucking infuriated with me. I understand.
It's just your wife, dude. I mean,
But we're taking that money, we're spreading it around now. She's off the books officially. She's off the books.
nice.
Boy, did she take her fucking cut without telling me, though.
I picked up a little bit on that.
Thursday, I had to go start a new bank account. You think I did that because I really like redoing every single one of my fucking auto pays?
Yeah, no, I've been there.
Basically, here's what I don't know how you redid your auto pays. There's some of them where I'm just gonna wait until I get the error fucking message and then go change it.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna go log into
Yeah, all
Netflix.
your bullshit subscription. Yeah, like Netflix and stuff like that. You wait till it just, it doesn't. All right, I'll go in and do it now. Yep.
Now, like the mortgage, I'll go to the bank. I'll,
Yeah,
get that
that's an important one.
Like I did health insurance today.
Mm-hmm.
I did dental yesterday. All that stuff. I changed those all up.
Mm-hmm.
But the others, I'm just like, I'm just thinking about it. I'm overwhelmed. I'm like, I'm just going to let them I'm just going to let them fail and then send me a thing and then I'll fix it. Otherwise, it's just so much shit to think about. I've got like 7 of them done.
Yeah.
But like fucking everything is auto pay. Yeah. Everything. Oh boy. Trucker 18 Wheeler with $5 says at least Matt didn't fuck himself out of 2 divorces. He just got fucked in 2 divorces.
And actually, no, the first divorce, that one was easy. No kids. The same day we signed the papers, we each took $900 from our tax return. We got the notice that all of our past due debt got paid off through some debt consolidation thing. Like, fucking amazing. First divorce, awesome. Second divorce, that was about a year and a half of hell.
I had the opposite,
Yeah.
Actually, my first one wasn't even
Your
that
first
bad.
one was nowhere near what mine was, dude.
Dude, it is like, it's always about me.
If it wasn't for the...
My divorces are always because I'm doing something with my dick, though. My dick always gets me in trouble. And then people online hate me because they're like, oh, that guy fucks. It's like, I'm sorry.
It wasn't just your dick that got you into this one. It was someone else's vagina as
Lots
well.
of it, vaginas, dicks. It's just kind of fluids everywhere.
There's-
What are you going to do?
Sex juices everywhere.
Doing disco.
Yes.
Disco got, it wasn't dicks this time. It was disco that got me.
That was mutual debauchery that kind of... Then you pulled the nose of the plane up before you crashed.
I really did.
Yeah.
I really did. No, here, I didn't pull the nose of the plane up. I put a parachute on my fucking ass and said, see you around, fuckers. And then I jumped out. They're like, what about us? I asked. I offered my hand. Nobody grabbed it. I had to get the fuck out of Dodge. Thank you very much. I heard the fucking record skip on the disco album, and I went, I think it's time to ski-daddle. And then the club started on fire. Fucking hell. Oh, boy. Well, guys, we are, after that fun little salvo, we're 160 away from tonight's goal. The first 2 people who throw us $20 over on PayPal are getting $50 to Stoney's in Rockville. I think we've got like 4 of those left. We're going to do 2 tonight. We'll do 2 some other, probably on Wednesday evening, and then we'll call it for the Stoney's gift cards, and then we'll reload later this month. So the next 2 people who throw in $20 over on
Reload,
Streamlabs, PayPal, or Venmo will get $50 to Stoney's. We're 160 away from tonight's goal for overtime. Thank you for giving us another successful week of Steel Toe last week. It's very much appreciated. And we're running a special tonight since so many people had questions for me. Anything over $5, you ask a question. If I can legally answer it, I will. Another piece of news we have in the Rekieta case
Oh, yeah.
is, and this is one, again, I'm going to be fair when I talk about this.
Yeah.
Because, again, gratitude versus resentment. I've let go of all the resentment. I'm done with all that. I've got a lot of gratitude for where I'm going, which is Menards and Lakes.
Yes.
They don't play disco there.
Uh-huh.
Unless maybe you open one of the dryers. There might be some shit going on. Or you go to the lumber yard. Or the greenhouse. I don't
think there's any disco going on
no,
there,
no
sir.
disco in the greenhouse?
I'm going to go with no.
Just checking.
No.
So this is one, like I can cover this now from an objective standpoint.
Yeah.
And I think this next story is very fair. I think Nick is right in this one. I think this was a no-brainer move. He got the judge changed for his case. I don't know if you know this, but he said something to the effect of the judge that had been assigned to his case is also the judge in the case where he defamed some guy and called him a pedo.
Yeah.
And he could lose a shitload of money on that one.
Yep.
That was also the judge, Schneider, that had been assigned to this drug, guns, and children case. He had gone on that shit-faced stream.
Yes.
And he had accused her of having, like, liquor pouring out of her vagina. See, Nick isn't a funny guy. He's just vulgar for the sake of being vulgar. It's always really uncomfortable when, like, Kayla and I would be hanging out. Nick would come upstairs for his break. You know, the one where he said he was saying goodnight to Lady Rackets?
Yes,
but he would come up and he would say things like, oh, I told this really funny joke. And, like, it was just after they came out of the bathroom and maybe had engaged in some, I don't know. I'm congested.
Yeah.
But he would come out, oh, I had this really funny line. And he would say the funny line. And I'd be like, this is fucking uncomfortable. Fuck. It's just dirty for dirty's sake. It's not, whatever. Yeah, Jacob Blake. I get it. Black people, am I right? So anyway, he went on this stream and he said, a judge has liquor pouring out of her vagina, which, like, most of his jokes don't make any fucking sense.
Mm-hmm.
He's just, hey, I said vagina and booze. It's like, yeah, that's not how funny works, but all right, whatever. Say Jews. He now filed a motion to change the judges.
Yeah.
Because I said this judge has booze leaking out of her pussy. I don't think that's going to go well for me. I've kind of talked a lot of cash money shit about this judge. Can we change it? So they did.
Yeah.
They changed it to Judge Stephen Wenzel. Now, here's the problem. Judge Stephen Wenzel, very tough on drug cases involving children. If you fuck around with Judge Wenzel and you decide, you know what? Fuck you. I never do anything wrong. I'm fighting this all the way to trial. Judge Wenzel is going to put your fucking ass in the slammer. Like, he's going to throw your ass in jail if you get found guilty. So they decided, I told the other judge that she had booze in her pussy and that it was leaking out. So I need a new judge. And Candy, Ojai County went, you know what? You're right. New judge. Here you go. We got fucking Judge Dredd on child neglect drug cases. That'll be your new guy. Oh, boy. I better not say he's got rum leaking out of his cockhole or I'm in a world of hurt, I suppose.
So he's one more bad stream away from really fucking himself.
Yeah, I would not do the streaming. I would not do the streaming thing if I were him. He just wants to talk a whole bunch of shit about me, though.
Does he?
He's like, in his private time, he's like, that motherfucker.
That's what I'm saying. Is he going to be able to hold back?
He has so far.
So far.
Yeah. But I'm sure he's
but
just
if it's
like.
Still a downward spiral. If there hasn't been a rock bottom yet.
Good point.
Good.
But like
Anything's possible.
At the same time, he's just, somebody on Kiwi Farms said this. They're like, Aaron may be an, what did they call me? An intolerable retard. But everything he said so far has been borne out in all the cases and the literature and everything else. He's been telling the truth.
Right.
And it's like, well, yeah, I have. I've just been telling you what I did.
Which is what you've been trying to say the whole time. I'm telling the truth.
I'm an insufferable retard, but I'm telling the truth. That's what I've been saying. Don't judge me on my character. I'm human garbage. I have no character right now. I'm trying to recover from disco and become Menard's dad. But he's not trying to become Menard's dad.
Nah.
He can still hear a little disco in the background.
Little.
Might be hearing a lot of disco in the background, depending who's living at the house. Do we still have the fucking harem going, or what's the deal? So I think he wants to try and thread the needle and get his kids back and do disco, but I think disco is more important to him, in my opinion. Whereas I went, you know what? Disco's not for me. I'm going to be Menard's dad. I want to smell some cedar, maybe dig some fence posts.
Yeah.
And go on a pontoon. That's it. I'm ready to retire from the disco life. But yeah, I don't think he is ready for that.
It's not looking that way.
Go to Menard's, for fuck's sake. It's not that bad. Got a bunch of snacks for the kids. Got a bunch of wood pellets for my smoker. Do you know how easy that smoking shit is? Why haven't I been using my smoker? Dude, that shit is retard proof.
Because you've been doing disco.
That's right. I've been doing disco.
That's
for
why.
The last 5 months.
Too much disco. Not enough time to smoke things.
Hulkamasha Baby with $4.99 says Aaron's failed relationships won't make him eat a bullet. When he does the math on how much money he'd have without 2 divorces, that might.
They can't.
Hold on.
I'm betting they both don't add up to be as bad as mine.
You don't think so?
As my last one.
I'm paying for the kids, though.
I have a kid. I'm not even putting child support in there. I'm just talking divorce fees, divorce cost. What it cost at the end of the divorce.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not so bad.
Yeah,
I mean, dealing with the orders of protection between Ashley, April, and myself, that was more expensive than my divorce was.
Yeah, that's a whole nother problem. That's not the
Right.
divorce.
Right.
That's
Nick the Milkman with $20 says, keep up the good work, buddy. Loving the shows. $20 from Nick the Milkman. Thank you, pal. Appreciate that. Now we are 135 away from tonight's goal. Thank you very much. Guys, let's get to fucking a hundo by 8 o'clock, huh? BJ with $5 says, can she be labeled a ladder climber, but a rung broke under her weight of nose candy, but her stubbornness drives her on to escape consequences? April? In my opinion, yeah, I think April did, in each of her relationships, look at, I think at least part of her thing was leveling up and climbing the ladder a little bit. I do. That might be based on an insecurity in herself and a lack of belief in herself. But I don't know. I know this. She still wanted disco. I didn't. This was not going to work out. There was no way that this relationship was going to work out. And I don't think it was going to work out long term because I don't think April was ready to be a Menards on Sunday kind of a gal ever. I even when we first met and all that shit, I don't think she wanted that to be her life. I think she always wanted something more. That's why she loved when I took her to Las Vegas, and she loved the nice seats at Vikings games and shit like that. I think that was the part of the life she loved.
Gotcha.
I think the kids part, she tried.
Yep.
But I think that wasn't glamorous.
Right.
You know, that was kind of the tough part. And then dealing with being a stepmom rather than mom and having to deal with the other mom. She didn't like that part. I think disco was more for her at this point in her life, in my opinion. No Pen 15 Fathead with $2 says, I got some good recipes for some smoked jerky. Holla at you, boy. I'm a joker. I'm a smoker. I'm a midnight toker. I get my lovin' on the run. I'm going to Menards. I'm smoking meats.
Nice.
I'm fucking riding pontoons, drinking beer, and playing cornhole. I am a boring Midwestern cunt.
I thought we were talking about disco again.
Oh, no, not that kind of. No cornhole in that way. No disco cornhole. Thank you very much. St. Toast with $4.99. Do you think April can fly solo? No. She's fucking suicidal from the internet. Can April fly solo? Next question. I'm just kidding. That's a Patrick Melton line. He did that. I thought it was funny. Yeah, April's going to be fine. But April has to fly solo. April has to get away from those two. They're paying their fucking bond that looks so goddamn terrible. Don't pay your fucking bond. Cooperate with the police. Cooperate with CPS. You fucked up. Own your fuck up and get your fucking kids back.
From
Ryan, Garbage Man.
What's going on, Ryan the Garbage Man?
Hey, Menards is all right. I mean, Menards dad is okay.
You say fucking Home Depot. I'm gonna
hold on a fucking second. Shut your mouth. I may be done with disco, but I'm not a boring enough Midwestern guy yet to argue about which hardware home improvement store is better. I'm not there yet.
Oh, fuck you. Home Depot sucks.
I'm not about, look,
I am there.
I ain't trying to do coke off another man's wife's tits or anything. Don't get me wrong. But I also ain't trying to argue Home Depot versus Menards.
For the record, I haven't done disco in 20 years.
That's fine.
Nobody asked.
Nobody asked if you were doing disco. Nobody thought Ryan the Garbage Man was doing disco.
Good to know, though. Good to know.
Yeah, it is important for the record, but yeah.
You were talking about how difficult it was for April as being a step parent, and I can relate to that.
Your
because
stepmom?
I have two stepdaughters.
Oh, okay.
No.
Uh-huh.
I have two stepdaughters.
Okay.
And one accepted me, one didn't. And it's like, you basically put yourself out there and hopefully they reciprocate. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
How did you manage to take the least interesting part of tonight's shows and decide to comment on them? I mean, you kind of, of everything we've been talking about, you called in, you're like, Aaron, you know the things that are going to kill the vibe the quickest? I'd like to comment on those. By the way, your apple pie is delicious, and I thank you for it. You're a good man.
You're
Now,
you're surely welcome.
yeah, now the step kid that doesn't like you, go buy them expensive shit and try to purchase their love. Oh, okay. Or
Or
fuck
just
'em.
give up.
Yeah, I get it. All right, talk to you later, buddy.
Or don't.
That's or
no.
or don't. Oh, I'm having fun tonight, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Crunchy Cynicism with $5 says, "Can you guys argue more about whose divorce is worse? LOL. Don't get it, man."
Well, foot the bill for a fucking divorce. You'll get it.
Yeah, suck my dick, Crunchy. Adam Simon gifting a membership. Thank you very much. 125 is tonight's number, and to the next person who throws $20 or more at us on PayPal or Streamlabs or Venmo, they're going to get $50 to Stoney's in Rockville. So if you're a local OG, that might be something for you to take part in. Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Uh-oh. Hold on a minute. Hello?
Hi, Aaron. It's Kiki. First time, long time.
Hi, Keanu. Welcome to the program. Did you want to talk about disco?
I actually am calling about disco, and this isn't even a joke. Could you stop saying disco, please?
You don't like it? You don't like that, calling my old lifestyle disco?
What's wrong with that?
Well, let me tell you something.
Okay.
And this is not a joke.
Uh-oh.
I just got a quote on about 1,000 disco balls to decorate my wedding with.
So wait
And
a
that's
minute.
not even a joke.
So wait a minute. Wait a
So
minute.
for the love of God, I don't know why you decided to start calling it disco, but the more you say it, the more I'm incensed because it's going to sully my wedding. It's going to be one huge fucking joke. So great. I'm trying to have a retro theme, jewel tone, and then have disco balls on the tables and hanging above. Could you please, for the love of God,
disco
call
balls.
it
Aaron
something
knows
else?
those.
Now wait a minute,
Yeah,
Keanu. See, this would have worked so much better 2-3 weeks ago when I was a nobody instead of my viewership doubling or tripling. Should have been way better.
Aaron, you think I'm kidding? I'm not. They're trying to install disco balls, so now it's just going to be one big fucking joke.
No, Keanu, I know because I've never heard you this way before. You do sound incensed, but I will say this.
I am.
I'm conflicted because I think about your guys' wedding on a regular basis, and I know it's going to be a fucking great time. I'm going to have cigars with my buddy, and we're going to, I'm going to try and talk him out of marrying you, and it's going to be so much fun. And I'm going to have a great goddamn time. But so I do want to appease you and make you happy because it's your wedding day. However,
okay, go ahead.
Calling drug use and swinging disco is very funny to me.
It is. It's hilarious. I'm really glad that we had some sort of parallel psycho thought. I just wanted to decorate my wedding with disco balls. And I'm not kidding. You can go look at my Pinterest fucking board. They're all over my Pinterest board for my wedding, so I hope you're happy.
But it's,
Theme has to be changed.
but
Fine.
it's perfect, though. It's
Keanu.
perfect because when April shows up there to be a bridesmaid, him and April can connect back together over disco.
Yeah, I canceled the cocaine bar just in case he shows up.
I appreciate that. I'll keep my kids. Listen.
Yeah, wonderful.
No, Keanu, listen. I'm
teasing, but for real, it is disco.
I know. I listen. I'm gonna do what I can, but you know my levels.
Okay.
You know my levels of self-control.
Yeah, apparently, I didn't. Now I do.
Do you know?
Anyway,
I was saying this during the show. When I read like message boards or comment sections, there seems to be a real problem other men have with the fact that I've had sex before. They're really upset by this. They're going.
Listen, I'm with them. I don't like to think about it either.
I understand, but I'm a little insulted that I'm the one that they're like, oh, dude, two women were fucking that guy. The other guy looked like fucking Vincent D'Onofrio after he got abducted by aliens and Men in Black, and I'm the one catching shit. The other one,
You're right.
The other one
You're
couldn't
right.
keep both his eyes open. Here, at least I can be an
Exactly.
attentive lover. For
Right.
God's sake.
You know what?
You
You're
didn't have
both,
a
you're both ugly in different ways. All right.
you didn't have a high bar to beat though, Aaron.
No, I didn't. You're right.
Exactly.
You're right.
Right. You know.
I did see you. I saw the three of you gals on Simpcast last night, and I was very entertained. I was behind, and I was. It was good to know. Lila was still very proud of her confronting of me.
Yes.
She did not mention that she was an absolute sweetheart and text me after that show, and was.
Oh, and actually, you missed maybe as well. She was like, "I said that all with love," and that's
No,
just
I
how
did.
she is. Yeah.
No,
yes,
I
she
did see that.
Right.
No, I did see that part, but I also
Well, I
saw.
say this with, "Hey, you are a failure, Disco King."
I'm the. Oh, can you please at your wedding introduce me as the Disco
No.
Kid, Aaron Imholt?
No, I have to have an emergency phone call with my wedding planner tomorrow to throw out my entire theme because of you.
Don't do
No,
that.
Aaron-
Don't do that.
Aaron-
Well,
Don't do that.
The-
And also, I just want to say, when I was watching, go watch Simpcast, and of course, go subscribe to Keanu Thompson on YouTube as well. Watch all of her shows on Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, and the
That's
weekend
right.
cooking shows. But go watch Simpcast from yesterday. You three girls talking about April, I have to say, was very fascinating to me because it was three people with three very different views on the whole thing. You were very forgiving and hopeful that your friend can make an improvement, and I was very touched by that. Chrissy,
Right.
you could tell, was harboring, I don't want to say resentment, but she was definitely harboring some skepticism. Is that fair?
Yes, right. And as I am loyal to my friends, Chrissy is also fiercely looking out for me. But I, right. And I am too nice, but I still,
And
I'm removing the disco balls just in case she shows up so she won't be triggered. Is that okay?
I understand. I'm over my disco phase. If you made it hardware store and beanbag themed, I would be fine.
Just for, you know what? I've completely resigned myself to the fact that this wedding won't be about me at all. And that's fine.
That's okay.
Perfectly.
That's okay.
Perfectly fine.
When I go to neighborhood parties, Keanu, you don't think I can feel strangers staring at me?
For the love of God.
No, you don't, because they don't show up anymore.
Yeah.
Dude. Like people I used to talk to at my neighbor's house when we would hang out are now like, hey.
They won't look at you.
Yeah, they're like, oh, watch that guy. He's gonna fuck my wife. I'm like, dude, I'm not. It's not.
To
No.
be fair, there are only like 10, 11 people that live in Minnesota anyway.
Right.
So
I've fucked 3 of them. 4 of them.
oh,
I fucked 4 of them.
oh boy, you
in
you
the last
dumb piece of
in
shit.
the last couple of years, I've that doesn't count like high school and college. That's just that those don't count. Those are shameful things.
No,
But-
Disco wasn't. Disco was prideful.
But the third
Stop saying disco.
So the third thing I wanted to say about Simpcast, and I'm sorry if I'm keeping you, but I appreciate you calling
not.
in. The third thing I wanted to say about Simpcast is that Lila, while you guys were talking about April, was very silent because she was a good sport with me, but she's definitely disgusted by this whole thing. She's definitely judging the people involved, which is fine. And she was very silent during the April thing. I thought that was very respectful, but I thought it was a silence that spoke, if that makes sense.
It is a silence that speaks, because whereas she's going to be like, you're a failure.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to, maybe a punch down, So that's Lila. She's the best of the best. So
Well, I think
good for her.
I think also me kind of offering my neck to the Axeman, so to speak, for beheading and going, look, I fucked up. I'm so sorry. I bet that opens the door for people like Lila to go, yeah, you are a failure, because they're like, okay, he gets it, he understands, he's obviously not sensitive about it. I can kind of get after him. Whereas none of us know, myself included, none of us know where April's at right now, so you don't want to push too hard,
No, exactly. That's so funny. Yeah, you're atoning and not being very arrogant about it and having a laugh about it. I wonder who else could, maybe turn to you to maybe sort of do the same thing. Somebody maybe with, I don't know, 5 kids and
Yeah.
guns
Look,
lying around under the bed. Maybe they might want to do the same thing. But that's just me. Yeah.
Keanu, I probably, since I've known him the most recent, I probably know him best than anyone on the internet. All these guys who have been his friends for years are like, I know him really well. You don't anymore.
Yeah.
I know him.
Have they seen him naked? No.
I probably know him better than anyone. And I will say this. There is no humility in that, living in that man right now. There's none.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to ride this into the ground. And what really kind of annoys me is he's going to ride this into the ground, which would be fine, but he's going to take people with him. And he doesn't care.
Mm-mm. No,
So-
very arrogant. That's terrible.
And let me tell you something, Keanu. That's the consequence when you decide to dance what dance?
Disco.
Disco. No, Keanu, it's fine.
Stop saying disco.
Disco.
All right, look.
Y'all are doing great. I'm sorry to have interrupted. Say disco all you want. I'll probably they're just a sparkly orb. They'll be strewn about my wedding. All right.
All right.
Take care. I'll see you on Thursday.
Thursday. Thank you, Keanu.
Bye.
There's Keanu C. Thompson, of course, the co-host on Thursdays.
Oh boy.
So she doesn't like the disco.
No,
thing.
apparently not.
Probably do something about that. But it's such a perfect, it's such a perfect buzzword for what I did, so I don't have to get into legal wranglings or anything else. If I say drugs and swinging, that's I shouldn't say that.
No.
But if I say disco, everybody knows.
Yeah.
I'll try to stop saying disco. Aaron's
You won't.
Aaron's drug addiction with $1.99. There's not going to be one if you're telling the truth and you're talking about yourself, dummy. Crunchy Cynicism with $20 says, give me Stoney's gift cards, and gentlemen, just don't get married. It always ends up with weird, sad stories about you complaining about money. Don't fucking tell me what to do. I'll get married again
Stop
if I
being
want
a
to.
heartless succubus and taking men's
Yeah.
money.
Maybe I'll get married again to someone who likes going to Menards on Sundays. Oh, she's fucking somebody at Menards. Why? Maybe I'm the one who brings the disco. I didn't know. Crunchy Cynicism with another 5 says, running a Pinterest board is a cardinal sin, bud. Way worse than disco. Don't say disco. BJ with $5 says, guilt looks to be her main driving force, especially if she's shunning help from family in Litchfield. Looks like she's doing a Naruto run to ruin. I don't know if she is shunning. I don't know anything about her. I don't know anything about her life right now. It's so weird that I was married to this person and I was with this person for 4 or 5 years. And the last few months, I don't know the person. Mm-hmm. It's so weird to know someone for that long.
Oh, they switch you out.
Yeah.
Like that. You're gone.
And now when disco hits, you go, I don't fucking know this person anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know anything about him, to be honest with you. It feels like a different person. $1.99 from Carlos Cameo. The disco ball jumped into the river of iniquity. Keanu, that's what happened. The disco dipped its toe into the river of iniquity. Ron Konitska with $20 says, you are disgusting, but you are our disgusting Valentino. Is that couch for sale? Asking for a friend. Thank you, Ron Kaniska. We appreciate it. Guys, I believe we are now $85 away from tonight's goal. Thank you very much for your generosity. The next person to throw $20 in via PayPal, Streamlabs, or Venmo is going to get $50 to Stoney's Bar in downtown Rockville. Thank you very, very much. So I think that's it for the big news we have. People are asking about Kevin Brennan offering April that money to be sidekick. We're going to play that clip on tomorrow morning's show.
Nice.
I'm solo tomorrow. No co-host. Johnny's got a thing to do. I don't know if he said specifically what it was this morning, so I won't say specifically what it is. But I'm getting better at not saying shit.
That's good.
Right.
It's good change for you.
Yeah, it's a good change of pace.
Hold back a little bit.
The only thing is I'm not going to be able to not say disco.
That one's kind of...
I really don't want to say
I don't. Dude, you can't give that one up.
I got to tell you something about that Gino and Keanu wedding
Uh-huh.
for just a moment here.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking excited for that
Yeah?
thing. That you know what I think I'm doing?
What?
South Carolina is going to be my vacation this year.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because I think my friends are probably going to leave for their honeymoon after their wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so I don't think like my buddies are going to be around to hang out with.
Oh, yeah.
But I think I might hang out and either rent a car and drive around the South a little bit. Yeah, like I might take a few days off. Like instead of doing Vegas this year or Nashville or wait a minute, how far is Tennessee's quite a ways from South Carolina, isn't it?
I have no fucking idea.
Charleston to why rent a car? Maybe I'll drive my own car down there. How far is it? 8 hours drive
To where?
from where the wedding is to Nashville.
Oh, Nashville, yeah.
The wedding's on the fucking ocean. What is it, October? Can you do beaches in South Carolina in October? Got to, right?
Got to be better than here in October.
Gotta still be nice. Fuck. Yeah, I'm doing a whole week. I think that'll be my vacation this year.
There you go.
Maybe hit Nashville on the way home. Fuck. I got to bring someone with. I know I probably won't have a +1 to the wedding because it was supposed to be an April and I thing.
Mhm.
But I can bring someone with and then just maybe stash them at a tavern. I'll share my meal with them. I'll probably need to drop a few pounds till then. You know? I'm not sure. Adam, thank you for gifting a membership. Appreciate that. Crunchy Cynicism with $20 says, I want to get hammered. That's 70, right? Ron with $20 says, give me that 50, Tradio. All right, Ron, I'll give it to you. It was supposed to be PayPal or Streamlabs, but who gives a shit? Money's money. Ron, you'll get the other 50. Just send me your information so I can send it out to you. And then with Adam Simon, that's another 30 off the goal. 55 away from tonight. Holy shit, you guys, you are knocking that out so goddamn quick. I'm so pleased for your guys' support of this program. It's very kind. If you want to do PayPal or Streamlabs or Venmo or any of that, go ahead and toss it in. The links are in the chat. $4.99 from Red Fox Mad says State Trooper is free. I don't know what this is. Charges dropped against Trooper Ryan Lundgren. Who this motherfucker? I don't know who that is. Well, at any rate, guys, we're only $55 away. If you want to click PayPal, Streamlabs, or Venmo and just throw in the rest and call it a night and give us, we'll give you your 30 minutes of overtime. That would be great. You'll go through Chattanooga to reach Nashville from South Carolina. Fuck Chattanooga and its ass.
And your point?
Atomic Ray says maybe Kiki can put a disco ball up your ass. That will save the wedding, fag. Oh, he's saying that to someone else. Oh, because I'm ruining the wedding by saying disco. Okay. I'm sorry.
I don't think that would help the wedding. I think people would be very disturbed by that sight.
No, I think if people are shoving disco balls in each other's asses, I think they're going to shut that party down pretty fucking quick.
Yeah.
If you, again, just.
Or maybe they'll all go disco.
maybe everybody will just start swinging. I just don't want people to look at me goofy.
Too late.
Look, dude, I fucked up. Ooh, here's something interesting.
They looked at you goofy before you fucked up.
Yeah, but now they look at me like, they're like, okay, first of all, I didn't know he had it in him. And that's insulting.
Yes.
You know, like in American History X, where Guy Torrey, the little black guy, Edward Norton goes, you're too small to be a gangbanger. And he goes, well, ain't that a bitch? Don't let it fool you. I can throw these things. That's kind of how I feel when people are like, oh, that guy was fucking. That's weird. Like, fuck you, dude. Look at my fucking history. Look at my fucking roster. It ain't bad. It's pretty fucking good. You think you can throw shitty dick? Look at the way I look. I'm Will Ferrell and the other guys. I've got to be able to throw some dick looking like this and grabbing what I've grabbed. You look at the first wife, pretty nice. You get the girlfriend after the first wife, fucking nice. You look at the last wife, disco. You look at the one after her or during or however. You look at my
disco one.
My disco dance partners.
Yes.
Nice. So don't fucking sit here in judgment of me. God damn you. All right, let's go ahead and move on to something different. I'm having a lot of fun tonight. I hope you are too. We're only 55 away. It's seemingly a pretty fucking chill evening. I have some breaking news.
Ooh.
Oz has sent me a message and says, would like to come out to the show at Stoney's. We'll try to make it. Promise you'll be there, and he's on the roast.
Don't try. Just fucking make it.
I hate it when Oz does that. When he's like, I want to go to this thing. I'll try.
Just
Don't
fucking show. Finally, just show up, Oz.
do or do not.
We
There is
all
no
want
try.
you there. Just show up.
And you're on the roast. There we go. Oz being part of the roast would be great. You think we could get Zach Halverson? He hates my guts. He no likey me. Because I was kind of mean. All right. Well, anyway, guys, enough disco talk. We're going to upset Keanu. We're going to ruin the fucking wedding. And that's not what we're here for. Crunchy Cynicism gifting 5 memberships. Hey, guys, by the way, thank you for those gifted memberships. I appreciate that. Our members-only streams are just going to be members-only from now on. So those are very important. $45 away from 30 minutes of overtime tonight. You guys are right there. Finish her off. We appreciate it. Do you want to do... Oh, yeah, this is really fucked up. This story's out of Spain. A gypsy... And that's not racist. He's literally a gypsy. Those still exist.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah, they still are like stinky and live in tents.
But yeah.
That's all I know about gypsies. And
that TV show, My Big Fat Gypsy Wedding. My first wife watched that.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, it was, I don't know, the gypsies in America. They're
basically what I know of gypsies come from 2 movies.
Yeah.
The Hunchback of Notre Dame and Sherlock Holmes, A Game of Shadows.
Okay.
That's what I know about gypsies. They eat goulash, they've got tents, and they probably stink and don't shave their genitals. I'll go with that. Those are the theories I have about the gypsies. And there are stereotypes about the gypsies that they're not square dealing and dishonest.
I was going to say they're kind of shady and they'll rob you.
That's what I've heard. That's the rumor. Well, a gypsy man in Spain has been acquitted of R-wording and impregnating a 12-year-old girl after arguing that adult child sex was part of their culture. The court ruled that child R was justified by the cultural context of the Romani community. Ain't that about a bitch?
Fuck the Romani community. Oh, there you go. What? How?
Dude, they literally used Joe Biden's different cultural norms deal as their defense. And you want to know something? It fucking worked.
So there's no laws. There's just no laws anywhere.
Not when you're drinking the claws. Oof, I'm sorry.
Ow.
I'm really sorry. We don't deserve the doubling. We don't deserve the doubling in audience we've gotten. We've more than doubled the audience for the evening shows on YouTube. We've more than doubled the audience for the morning shows, even not talking about the Ricada stuff.
What was that?
We don't deserve it. What was what? The no laws when you're drinking the claws? That was me purposely trying to sabotage the growth of this program.
You've succeeded.
Yes. But no, when you can use that's really fucked up. When you can use, our culture. You know, I've been saying this for a long time when it was like, the Charlie Hebdo shit. Remember when that French satirical newspaper got shot up because they drew the Prophet Muhammad?
Yeah.
And there were these fucking losers.
Yep.
Who would defend it by going, well, they did insult the Prophet Muhammad and in their culture. Look, I don't give a shit about your culture. We live in a non-religious society, a secular society. And in a secular society, your religion can suck my dick once you're out in public.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what your religion says or what your culture says. If part of your culture is we're cool with kid fucking, nope, you're going to jail. I'm sorry, I'm not budging on that one. If part of your culture is if you draw my God, I can shoot you, then fuck you, nope, we're not doing that one. We're throwing that one out. Mine's better. That's, one thing that Bill Maher always had right was that sometimes Western civilization needs to tell the rest of the world, we're better than you.
Yeah.
Age of consent at 18, better than the Romani community going, sometimes we fuck 12-year-olds. Oh, really? Sometimes we throw people in prison for fucking 12-year-olds. So you're going to run up against our laws and we're going to throw you in jail. How's that? So this guy getting away with it, impregnating a 12-year-old, and the Spanish government going, well, it is his culture. Well, then anybody can claim it's their culture.
That's just it. There's no fucking rules. No, fuck your culture. Your culture needs to be wiped from the... Oh, just get rid of them.
If your culture...
Get rid of the culture. Fuck you and your pedophile culture.
I mean, it is... Right? Like, if you say that like it's okay to have sex with a woman when she's really drunk. They call that R-word culture, right?
Uh-huh.
Let's call, if your culture says it's okay to have sex with a 12-year-old, then that's a pedo culture.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Get rid of them.
I mean, that, not throwing someone in jail for that is fucking insane. I mean, hopefully there's some kind of appeal process and that guy can go to jail. He was a 20-year-old who made a 12-year-old girl pregnant. Within the gypsy culture, this is normal behavior.
Pregnant with twins.
Well, then we got to drag your culture into the 21st century, and we got to make it modern.
Gypsies shouldn't exist. You had your time. Back when it was okay to...
Just fucking easy on the genocide shit on YouTube. Thank you.
The gypsy culture?
Yeah.
Different?
Just fucking... I know that you're...
Look, fuck children. They think it's okay.
The children fucking thing, not okay. Right. When you say things like, the gypsy culture needs to be wiped out... We're walking a line there. Here's my problem with having you as a co-host.
All right.
I have no problem with the things you say. But I know who is going to have a problem with the things you say.
I know.
And here's the problem with you. You're a dumb fucking redneck from central Minnesota. And you say dumb fucking redneck shit from Minnesota.
Point 2.
And you don't think about it first.
Point 3.
You don't have artful ways of saying your dumb redneck shit.
Point 4.
And so... while I may not have a problem with the dumb redneck shit you say, I also know that you're an uncultured fucking swine who doesn't hear the words you say before they come out of your mouth. So I'm trying to help. That's all.
You want to keep making me feel better about myself?
You want to rent a slingshot? I'm a boring Midwestern guy who likes to go to Menards. You know what I don't? You know what I don't like?
I got a Harley I can ride on.
You know what I don't like? Disco. Sorry, Kiki. Patrick, becoming a member for 10 months, says we hear from Mike Lindell about this whole ordeal. He doesn't like gypsies. He doesn't want to talk about it. It gets him in trouble. Sorry, guys. 35. If you're just joining us, we're only $35 away from today's goal. That's fucking great. That's awesome. Thank you guys very much. Everybody chip in and knock it out before we have to do the countdown in 35 minutes, and I'm a happy boy. So Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, it's all there.
35 minutes for $35.
Very fucking cool, guys. Thank you. All right, let's play this story that Red Fox Mad sent in.
Okay.
Ryan Lundgren. I don't remember this officer. It says charges dropped against Trooper Ryan Londrigan. I do not know this man. Not aware.
No.
Do you know about this story?
No.
Let's all learn together.
The Hennepin County attorney is dropping the charges against Trooper Ryan Londrigan.
He was charged with shooting and killing Ricky Cobb II during a traffic stop last summer.
Black. Oh, sorry. They dropped the charges.
No, he's royalty. He's the second.
Ryan of the House Cobb, second of his name.
Fox 9's Paul Bloom has been following this case from the very beginning. He joins us now. Paul, I feel like this comes somewhat out of the blue on a Sunday night. I want your...
Paul Bloom has been following this from the very beginning. Paul, yep, and all for shit. They just dropped the fucking charges. So my life is worthless once again. Back to you guys.
Take on that.
Well, Randy, Amy, Sunday night on the heels of a tragic event for local law enforcement in Minneapolis. And just weeks after hiring a high-priced, high-powered national legal team to prosecute this case, the timing here, many telling me tonight, head-scratching.
So wait a minute. So the state of Minnesota hired a bunch of prosecutors to fucking go after this guy and everything else. And now the state attorney just went, nah, we're good. Do you think that was privately raised money, or do you think that was our tax dollars that put together that prosecution team? Yeah. That's good. So let's spend a fuckload of our money and then at the very end just go, fuck it. How much you want to bet the state attorney? Like if we investigated it, this is why I don't want to investigate shit or know shit anymore, because I'll just get mad and there's nothing I can do about it.
Not a thing at all.
But how much you want to bet that the state attorney is buddies with this prosecution team or some of these lawyer firms that worked this case, and they were just doing a thing that would, get them a bunch of billing dollars, make them a shitload of money, use taxpayer money to pay him off, and then go, oh, by the way, it's a cop. We don't really throw those in prison, so we're dropping the charges. I guarantee that's what happened.
Yeah.
Mary Moriarty had long pointed to the trooper's supposed training violations in pursuing this murder case against him. but a new declaration from Ryan Londrigan's own State Patrol trainer about getting suspects out of a running car and when they can actually shoot at a moving vehicle has apparently now torpedoed that case.
They are not allowed to shoot at a car which is driving away. They're not allowed to shoot someone to prevent the car from driving away.
Less than 5 months after filing murder, assault, and manslaughter charges against Minnesota State Trooper Ryan Londrigan, Hennepin County Attorney Mary Moriarty with the stunning announcement. Her office is dropping the controversial case immediately.
Of course, all the cops don't even think twice. They're like, he fucking rules, bro. He's fucking awesome. We love this guy. Fucking shot one of those, you know? It's good.
Finally a win for us.
Yeah, you know, the cops never win in these cases. They've sent one fucking guy to jail.
The prosecution of Londrigan generated intense reactions on both sides of the blue line.
We need justice. That's not right. This is not okay
Jesus,
for our
that's a
community.
deep voice.
Hold on. Is it a warrant?
Squad and body camera footage from the deadly I-94 traffic stop encounter between Ricky Cobb II and troopers last summer captures Londrigan firing his service weapon after Cobb refused commands to step out of the vehicle and he attempted to drive off. Londrigan.
Okay, that's fucking retarded. To just drive off in the middle of a traffic stop. I can't think of a dumber thing to do. I also think it's kind of dumb to discharge your weapon on a highway.
Clearly, this person's parents had that appropriate talk with them on how they should act when they get pulled over, right?
Isn't that what we hear about all the time? Like, I have to have a conversation now as a black person on how my kids should... Haven't we been talking about this for like 10, 12 years now?
You're clearly having the wrong conversation.
Yeah.
It's not working.
All right, son, when they pull you over, panic like a motherfucker and drive like an asshole. It's like, no, that's a terrible idea. All right, yo, this is what you do, son. Whenever you get pulled over by police, you just start pointing fingers at them and calling them motherfuckers and shit and telling them you ain't do nothing wrong. And you just keep shouting that shit and then reach into your pockets.
His legal team and supporters argued he had no choice to protect himself and his partner from death or great bodily harm with a second trooper inside the vehicle's driver's door. In a Sunday evening statement announcing the dropping of charges, Moriarty's office writes the emergence of, quote, new evidence from the defense over the last several weeks makes it, quote, impossible to convict the trooper for his use of deadly force.
It was brought to our attention by the defense that the guy who was shot was black.
So we immediately dropped all charges.
We've decided to drop charges against the police officer because, unless there's a knee print on the guy's neck, we really have no chance of convicting.
Singling out, among other issues, Londrigan's claim that he saw Cobb reach for the trooper's firearm shortly before shooting the 33-year-old.
That is interesting. That's really all you have to say as a cop, and everybody believes you. You just have to be like, oh, I saw him reach for somebody's gun. Oh, well, then fucking go home. You know? It's never like, are you sure? Because I watched the video. I didn't see that.
Right.
He's like, oh, yeah, he reached for the gun. Oh, well, in that case, fuck it.
And no surprise here, reaction to the county attorney's about face has come in swiftly from all corners. I want to share this text I received from Trooper Londrigan's lead attorney, Chris Maddle, moments after the announcement. Quote, it is about bleeping time.
That's not what it says.
Time.
It says goddamn time. That's a good defense attorney. Hey, man, hold on. I'm shooting off a text to the news. What does it say? It's about goddamn time. And that's just the text they could read. There were like 6 texts he sent in a row. Fuck yourself. Suck my dick. I know who owns your channel. And then he sent a 5-pointed star. And you're like, dude, whoa, relax. 6-pointed star. I'm sorry.
We are scheduled to hear directly from Mary Moriarty tomorrow morning. Her office planning an 8:30 a.m. news conference at the courthouse. We will be there and have all of the day's developments online and on air across all of our Fox 9 platforms.
Well, I can't wait to hear about it.
I don't like that guy. He annoys me.
Anything specifically?
You're
just getting a bad vibe.
He's a creep.
Simon says, with $2, says, you said you've slept with 3 women in the last year, Ape, Kay, and I would say none of the 3 are your fucking business. Thank you very much.
Yeah. What's it to you?
That's what I would say. I would say none of your goddamn business. And you might not even have those first 2 right. How do you like that? Maybe I never have. Maybe I never consummated. Oh, no.
Maybe you never discoed at all.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
There's a picture of Keanu. She just sent me of her holding a disco ball.
Really?
Keanu and Gino's wedding, style guides, palettes, rentals, and decor, disco ball. Is she trying to make me feel bad? Or is she trying to say I should swing at her wedding with other couples that are there? Is that what
She wants a disco wedding, does she not?
My fucking neighbor just sent me a message of a picture that says, "Sorry, princess." It's a t-shirt that says, "Sorry, princess, I only date crack horse." Thanks a lot, dickface. Have I told you that I have a really good support system?
Sounds like it.
Yeah. Chris O'Lean becoming a baby boot. Thank you very much. P.A. Cheddar becoming a member for 13 months says, "Take that picture off the wall." And Ron Knitska with $5 says, "Now they charge cops first and then figure it out to satiate the assholes." Oh, that makes sense. So you charge the cops first, then nobody burns down the gas stations in the community. And then just like when everybody kind of calms down about it, you go, "All right, now withdraw the charges because nobody gives a flying fuck anymore." By the way, thank you to the over 500 people watching the evening shows. That's we've been doubling up lately on all our programs. Thank you guys so much for all of your support. Scooby Jooby Jew with $20 over on PayPal. Thank you very much, buddy. That's great. Hey, guys, I don't mean to be a gay about this, but we're only $10 away from tonight's goal. Thank you very much for the generosity. It looks like we'll be doing another hour with you guys, but just to make sure, why don't you guys go ahead and throw in that last $10, whoever wants to do it. Plus, when you go over, we don't keep it. It rolls over to the next day. So if you're feeling generous, we do appreciate that. Keanu says, "I'm just teasing. You can show the pics if you want." Yeah, she sent me these pictures.
Aw.
Of the disco ball. There's Kiki holding a disco ball. You know, like girls, how do I say this? Well, still being, this is a respectful thing to say. I just want to say it in the nice way. I mean, I don't want it to come off shitty.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like some girls, they're like pretty girls, but then they get like all loaded up to the nines for their wedding, and you're like, holy shit! Like pretty girls look like supermodels at their wedding.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I know I took them all down around the house, but like if you look at our wedding, look at our wedding day, April looked fucking fantastic. You know? Doesn't look like that anymore. It's unfortunate, but Keanu's one of those people where I have a feeling you're just gonna be like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, you know, Gino, I was talking to Gino privately, and he told me never to tell this to Keanu, especially if she was listening to the show. He said, "I'm worried she'll never be hotter than the day we get married, and after that, it'll all just be a giant fucking letdown." And I said, "Buddy, don't talk like that." He never said that. He never said that. Never once in his life has he ever said anything that callous and mean. Oh, shit. That is going to be a good time, though. I hope I haven't ruined it with all my disco talk. I also have to now start planning my trip.
Yeah?
Because that trip is in October. That's coming up sooner than you think. That trip is 4 months away.
Oof,
and that's going to be my vacation this year. I think I'm going to take a week off from the show.
Mm-hmm.
I'll leave like the Saturday the week before the wedding. Maybe hit Nashville on the way down.
Yeah?
Drive, hit Nashville on the way down, spend a couple nights in Nashville, then head to South Carolina for the wedding. Ooh.
Then you got to drive all the way back.
Yeah, but that's right. The wedding is on
it's almost better to either fly down to Nashville or fly down to where the wedding is and then do the opposite.
I can rent a car in Nashville and drop it off in South Carolina and then fly back from. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. You either
fly to Nashville,
fly to either one of them, rent a car to get to the other one, and then fly back home.
I like the way you move.
Yeah.
So we do from.
I can fucking plan a trip.
Look at you. So if we go from Minneapolis,
this is just Aaron's travel agent hour.
Yeah. If we go leaving from Minneapolis, going to Nashville, homeboy.
Mm-hmm.
And then we go in October where it's still going to be nice out. And then I would go on this Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And then I ain't coming back. So that's a one-way, my friends. Leave then, done. What's a one-way ticket? On a westbound train.
Oh, on Spirit, it's good.
Holy shit, Sun Country, $64. Delta,
Jesus.
115. Who's flying first class to Nashville? What the fuck? Are you fucking kidding me?
What's Spirit?
No, thank you.
Come on, you get a flight and a show.
115 to fly. That's fantastic. So then, South Carolina, come on and raise up. Back to the Minneapolis. And have that one depart the day after the wedding. What are we looking at there? Well, hot shit. We're looking at under $200 for that. About $200 to fly Delta.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
I ain't that bad.
So all told, about $400 round trip, and then rent a car.
Yep.
This is shaping up to be a hell of a vacation, boys and girls. It's shaping up to be a hell of a time. No Pen 15 with $2 says, you just want to go to the Eric Church bar. Fuck yeah, I do. Do you think Gino and Keanu are going to want to go to Nashville the weekend before their wedding?
They might have a lot on their plate.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Damn.
There'd be a lot of last-minute things
Just always
to take
want
care
everybody
of.
to drop everything and go drink with me. That's all I want.
I mean, when's the bachelor party?
I haven't heard anything about a bachelor party. And seeing as I'm supposed to hang by him for his wedding, you'd think I'd be hearing something about that at some point. I don't know. You know, not everybody for their bachelor party invites the whole groomsmen party, do they?
I don't.
Do you invite all the groomsmen for the bachelor party?
Well, I think typically it's a thing, but when you live halfway across the country, maybe you just, and you know, that's a whole
I have an
logistics of
idea.
It. Yep.
Bachelor party the weekend before in Nashville.
There you go.
That sounds like a great goddamn time if you ask me. I got $65 flights. What do? Do you do 65 on Sun Country, or do you do 120 on Delta? I like Delta a lot. I also like the terminal that Delta's in.
Neither are Spirit, so you're going to be fine.
That's a good point. Man raises a good point. All right, boys and girls, thank you very much for all of your contributions. We are only $10 away from today's goal. Atomic Ray says, yes, Nashville fucks. You can fly out of Nashville BNA very cheaply to South Carolina. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing cheap flights. And yes, if I go to Nashville, I will be going to Eric Church's bar.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm throwing a fucking chair off the roof like I'm
know.
Morgan Wallen. Are you kidding me?
I don't know why anybody brings it up like you'd be shameful of that.
Right. People are like, oh, what are you going to do? Go to Eric Church's bar? Dude,
Fucking
if he's
of
there,
course.
I'm going to try to suck his dick. Are you kidding? Do we have the concert schedule?
Going disco with Eric Church.
Yeah, I'm going to go disco with old EC. Eric Church bar concerts. It's called Chiefs.
If it's that week.
If he's there that weekend, guys, I'm sorry. I'm not coming to the wedding. I'll just stay there. Private event. I don't want private events or private dining.
Residency? Is that like
residency. There you go. 19 shows April through June sold out.
Bummer.
Fuck that noise. What's the...
Nothing going on in October yet.
Come on, book October. Live music, event calendar. There we go.
Well, there's a calendar over here.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. August,
Yeah,
September.
learn how to internet, sir.
October 1st, coming soon.
Oh.
So nothing yet.
Oh.
Well, who do they... Let's see the list of names they're getting. Nathan Belt, Jake Newman, Michael Leatherman, Cian
Wow,
Peterson,
how redneck blue collar are you trying to be? Your last
Radney
name
Foster,
is fucking Leatherman?
Dirt Reynolds.
That dude looks like a crackhead.
Skylar Anderson.
That one does not fit in with the rest, sir.
King Corduroy.
What the
The Reeves brothers. Yeah, but how much do you want to bet these are all they fucking kill? Like all of them are really good. Miranda Powell, Michael Leatherman again. What are you guys fucking
Leatherman?
Old Leatherman. All right, well, look. We'll find some good shows. 383 Novocaine with $2 says Aaron will be the Stifler of the wedding. I'm a good boy. I really am. I'm fun at weddings. I'm fun at I'm fun everywhere. I'm just a fun dude. I got a little caught up in the disco. That's all.
I was going to say, your disco partners would say you're not fun.
Oh, my disco partners would think I'm a turncoat son of a bitch. Dude, here's my thing. When there's like fucking 8 kids involved, like you can't disco.
Nah.
And I'm the only one so far who has said no disco. And I wish other people would, acknowledge the same, because I'm telling you, I know, like Nick has the mindset of a fucking 15-year-old rebellious high school sophomore. He's like, fight the power, bro. It's like, dude, you're a rich trust fund kid. You're not Mr. Fight the Power.
Fucking relax and enjoy life.
You're Mr. Cut a Deal. So here's what you do. You talk to the cops nice. You talk to CPS nice. You admit what you done wrong. You work something out. You go to rehab. Look, the thing about the state of Minnesota is they don't want to throw people in jail for first-time drug offenses. They want you to go get cleaned up. You'll have your kids back within 6 months to a year. You'll go get cleaned up, and you'll get clean. It'll be nice. Life is worth living, even without substances.
Yeah, you put a few pounds back on that skeleton.
Oh, yeah, you'll put a few pounds on that frame.
Jesus.
We'll talk to Keemstar. You and I will fight. I know you said in college you did like some jiu-jitsu or whatever. We'll do it mixed martial arts, so I don't have a big advantage with the boxing thing. We'll meet at a catch weight of 190 pounds. This will inspire me to drop 25.
Yeah.
It'll inspire you to gain 40, 45, 50, whatever. But you'll be a healthy weight. We'll meet at a catch weight of 190 pounds, and it'll be all right. But you don't want to do that, do you, sport? You want to fight the power because, the system, man. Fucking, we're not 15, asshole. You didn't get tickered. You didn't get ticketed for a fucking minor booze offense. Make this right. Admit what you did. Repent. And thou shalt be saved. Apologize to Jesus. Get your fucking kids back. Or, if I may Will Sasso this, don't. There. Those are your choices. Do you remember that guy in Michigan who got caught driving the car with the suspended license?
I was watching when you and Johnny did that.
Yeah.
That was fucking hilarious.
Turns out it was all bullshit.
What?
Yeah.
What?
I don't know if the court was being silly and funny and gay, or if this was all just to put on like a sketch.
What?
Kind of a thing. But it looked legit to me.
Yeah.
Turns out it's all horseshit.
Oh, fuck that guy.
Yeah, well, I don't know who we're saying fuck to.
All of them.
He was reportedly the victim of a clerical error and government incompetence. Nick Rekieta is now looking at this case going, see, I told us so.
Told you, the government's incompetent. They let me post bail.
The Michigan man who went viral for driving on a suspended license during a Zoom hearing was actually a victim of a clerical error, and his suspension should have been lifted 2 years ago. So this motherfucker actually was innocent. And when he was driving during a Zoom call, he got embarrassed in front of the entire fucking country. And now they're like, oh, sorry, our bad. You actually did nothing wrong. This is a classic example of the stories printed on the front page and the retractions on page 6.
Yeah.
Because, like, everybody's going to remember this guy as the asshole who drove at his court hearing with a suspended license. Nobody's going to hear, oh, by the way, he didn't have a suspended license.
So technically his license was suspended. It just wasn't supposed to be.
Right.
So isn't he still technically breaking the law? You can't, like, go back on things, can you, like that? Like, how does that work?
No, because I'm sure they told him your license is suspended for this long and then you get it back.
Uh-huh.
And so he knew that he had his license back. Something. I don't know. I do know that Adam knocked out the rest of our goal over on PayPal. Thank you, buddy. So anything you guys throw in the rest of the night goes towards tomorrow morning's goal. Thank you very much. We've knocked it out without asking for anything. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. Serial Killer says, Aaron doesn't claim to be a tough guy. I'm not. I'm a guy who fucking knows how to box a little. And I'm just saying that it might help him get back on the straight and narrow. And he can try to punch me in the head, which I'm sure he really wants to fucking do right now.
Maybe he won't want to if he gets clean.
Oh, that's true. He could become a monk. That would be a good... What a spin that would be. He could become monk tuber.
Oh, boy.
Unless you're one of those ones that take a vow of silence, which I think would benefit everybody.
I don't think he could take that vow.
Yeah, you know what? That does seem to be a little tough.
I'm amazed he's made it this fucking long.
He hasn't. He's been in chats and DMs and super chatting people, and
I'm specifically talking about being live on the air.
Oh, okay.
Like streaming. I'm fucking amazed.
Yeah, I mean, people who've told me to shut the fuck up, I listen to them and I go, good point. Why don't I shut the fuck up about that particular thing? Sounds good. Yeah. Let's go ahead and check in on this Corey Harris guy. So this was the guy who in Michigan was caught driving in his car during his court hearing for a ticket about driving with a suspended license. The only problem was apparently the guy was cool to drive. Let's take a listen.
I was thinking about getting my wife medical help. That's what I was thinking.
I was also thinking that bitch can take a hell of a left hook, especially when she be talking back and all that shit.
Corey Harris said that's why he was behind the wheel earlier this month when he appeared before District Court Judge Cedric Simpson, who knew Harris was appearing on a charge of driving while license suspended.
Mr. Harris, are you driving?
Actually, I'm pulling into my doctor's office, actually. So just give me 1 second.
We spoke to Harris by phone today, and he said the doctor wanted to see his wife for some ongoing medical issues that had worsened, and he didn't think about anything but getting her there.
You stationary?
I'm pulling in right now at this second. Yes, I am.
Corey Harris was cited for driving while license suspended in Pittsfield Township back in October.
Okay.
He said it was suspended for unpaid child support. Secretary of State records.
Well, that's not good for the image of the community.
I was going to say, busting apart them stereotypes.
Jesus
there, huh?
Christ. I mean, that one's a little... I didn't know they could...
How are they going to get money out of you if you can't go to work?
That's a good point. I also didn't know that they could... That's one of the things they could do.
Right?
For unpaid child support is suspend your license.
I guess you know what I do?
What?
Pay my child support.
That's a good idea. That does seem to be a way to get around that.
Yes.
It's almost like if... say you lost your kids for having drugs and guns in a messy home.
Yeah.
You could probably work with the authorities and child protective services, get yourself clean, get your home clean, and then be back on the path to getting your kids back rather than trying to throw some fucking high school temper tantrum to show that you can outsmart the man and then maybe dragging other people with you while that happens.
Show his license was first suspended for child support back in 2010, but Harris told us he thought his license had been reinstated.
They were supposed to have been lifted it two years ago, but they didn't.
And
your fucking shit was suspended for 12 years?
What?
Didn't that say 2010?
Yeah.
They were supposed to lift it 2 years ago. Maybe because everybody who was involved in your case is fucking dead. It's been so long. It was 12 years since that happened.
According to the Saginaw County court records we found, Harris is right. In January 2022, a judge rescinded that suspension on his license, but for some reason that information never got to the Secretary of State, where even as of today, his license is still listed as suspended.
Oops.
The same records the judge was going by.
This is a driving while license suspended?
That is correct, Your Honor.
And he was just driving. Failure to turn himself in will result in a bench warrant with no bond.
This guy. So wait a minute. So this poor bastard, we all made fun of him, myself included, talked about what a dumb piece of shit he was. He was the laughingstock of the entire country for a week. Him and Nick.
Yeah.
And this guy, unlike Nick, this guy's actually fucking he did it was a misunderstanding.
He is, but I have questions.
I know. You're looking at his skin color and you go, well, he's guilty of something.
If his license it just said it was ineligible.
Yeah.
How did he get a card, a driver's license?
Because 2 years ago it was cool.
No, but in the computer system
for the state's attorney. There's somewhere where obviously his license got reinstated and he was allowed to get a new license.
So that's just confusing. So he had his actual license, but when he got pulled over, it got.
I understand. You didn't want to believe the truth of the story because it was black guy not paying child support
Why
versus
do you assume that?
versus government incompetence, and you were like, oh boy, this is gonna make my head explode trying to pick which one I believe here. Government is incompetent, or black man wasn't paying his child support. Good.
Both can be true.
It's very embarrassing. And with the type of ties that I have with the church and the community, it's very embarrassing.
This is the speech Nick should be giving right now. Holy shit. This is the speech Nick should be giving. It's very embarrassing. With the type of ties that I have with the church and the community, it's very embarrassing. Bingo, bango, bongo. We could be on our way to recovery right now.
We're hearing these words from the wrong man.
Yes.
Thursday afternoon, Harris told us he was going to the Secretary of State's office to try to straighten out everything between them and friend of the court once and for all.
Sir, why do you have that pistol with you? Why are there 3 other men who look like retired offensive guards following you upstairs? This doesn't seem necessary.
Always double check behind these workers, because they will say that they will do something and they don't do it.
Oh, kind of like they say they're cutting back on their usage, or they're not going to reload after this one.
Or I was going to pay my child support.
And then they end up doing it anyway. Not that I know anybody who's said that and done that.
I was thinking about getting my wife medical help. That's what I was thinking.
Tell the bitch to put a cold steak on her eye and the swelling will go down tomorrow morning. She'll be fine.
Corey Harris said that's why he was behind the wheel earlier this month.
Oh, was that the end of the story?
These workers.
Oh, yeah, that was the end. Okay. Well, shit, I feel like we owe that man an apology. Whoopsie daisy. Well, Matt's position is, he'll do something. That's what Matt thinks.
I mean, I was impressed to hear him say his wife.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, I see you need to talk about improvement.
Yeah.
That's what you ought to be doing. I do love the people in the chat who somehow blame me for other people being fuck-ups. That's fucking adorable. Yeah. I do have to say that. You guys...
It's all your fault.
Get those fucking brooms out, guys. Get those fucking brooms out. That's what I say. 383 Novocaine with $1 says Aaron at Gino and Kiki's wedding.
Okay. Guys, what are you doing? Where's Jim's grandma?
The old bitch sucked. We had to ditch her.
You what?
Oh, don't worry. We put her someplace no one will find her.
This is not going to be me. I know this scene. This is where he fucks Jim's grandmother.
Oh.
I'm not fucking anybody's boobie at Gino and Keanu's wedding. As a matter of fact, unless I come to Gino and Keanu's wedding with a guest, I'm not fucking anybody.
You say that now.
History would dictate differently. I understand that, but I'm turning over a new leaf.
There's disco balls hanging everywhere. How are you going to resist?
I'm not going to do disco. No disco at your wedding. Hold on. I have a. Hold on a second. I need to consult with someone here. Hold on a minute.
Hello?
You know, I just thought of something.
Are you on the air?
Yes, we're on the on the air.
Okay. Yeah, overtime. I hope it's rolling into Thursday so I can rearrange my entire wedding plan.
Yeah, listen. I was thinking about your wedding and we were discussing your wedding. And I was just thinking, you know how I'm kind of in a form of recovery for unhealthy behavior, and that behavior now commonly known as disco. And your wedding theme now being disco with all the disco balls. Are you sure that I'm going to be able to handle such a thing? Are you worried that your wedding could send me into a relapse of bad behavior?
I'm shocked and appalled that you're doing this to me right now.
I'm kidding.
I think you'll be just fucking fine. If there's going to be some sparkly orbs on the tables and maybe some hanging from the ceiling. Is that okay? It's not going to be a Saturday night fucking fever themed wedding, okay? It's not John Travolta or anything like that, and no one will be swinging. I forbid it.
Okay. Well,
is that okay?
That's remarkably.
Is that all right?
Yeah, that's remarkably helpful. I'm also going a little overboard. I've decided that your wedding weekend will be I'm going to turn it into my full-blown annual vacation instead of just coming to your wedding. I
heard you. Yeah.
You did. Yeah, I think I'm going to go to Nashville the weekend before, and then I'm going to drive down to beautiful South Carolina after, and I'm going to make a whole week of it.
I love it. That sounds great. You'll be doing it alone. Leave it to you. Leave it to you to try and plan the bachelor party and ask us to come down a week before.
I love
Aaron,
that. I love that. Yeah.
You must realize we might be a little bit busy.
That's what I said.
I mean, look, here's what I assumed. I assumed you guys would be busy and that it would be a no, but I figured you can't get a yes if you don't ask. I mean, I already assume.
Well, here's
I
your
already
official
assume
no.
Okay, well, I already assume it's going to be a no. So if I ask and it's still a no, then I'm right back where I started from.
But here's the argument you make to
I
Gino.
suppose you'd have to ask Gino. I mean, I'm not around.
I'm not
right now,
Keanu. Out of respect for you and your wedding, I'm not going to ask Gino because he's an impressionable boy, and I'm not going to.
That's
do
what I was
that.
going to say. All you got to do is make the argument to Gino, like, this is all women's work. Planning a wedding's all women's shit.
Yeah, don't worry about it, buddy.
Yeah, just come.
And it sounds
come
like-
to Nashville. Come to Nashville.
And it sounds like you've already got the disco planned.
No. I have to throw that idea out because
No, Keanu,
I'm just
no.
teasing.
No, Keanu, the disco thing is even better now because
Yeah.
it's it takes on all new kinds of meaning.
Oh yes, that's what I wanted. I wanted people to be reminded of your foibles by my theme of my wedding.
Yes.
I want people to be reminded of this entire cockamamie situation by my wedding theme.
Aaron making your wedding about him.
Yeah. He'll
Keanu.
find a way. He had no idea what my decor was. No clue. But he found a way. Like, he sniffed it out like a truffle pig and just found a way to make it about him.
No, listen.
And I'm not fucking changing it.
No.
So, good. I don't like the attention anyway, you know. So if you've been through two of these, I'm sure you'll go through another one soon. So really, it'll be fine. It doesn't have to be about me.
Yeah, no, you know what was really, really funny about this was that Patrick Melton, somebody sent me a Patrick Melton clip where Patrick Melton said, and Aaron's going to be in a relationship again by next year. And I'm like, next year? You think I'm going to fucking stay single for that long? Like,
I know. You're just chomping at the bit.
What would
I'll make a list of the single ladies at my wedding. All right.
What you think I'm going to be single by your wedding? That's adorable. I have a wristband on right now that says WWBLD. What would Bob Levy do?
Okay.
And that's how I live my life now.
Mm-hmm.
Keanu, thank you very much for being a good sport. I never actually really thought that anyone should go to Nashville, and I'm probably full of shit about that anyway. I probably won't be going, but I love the disco theme, and I think it's going to be great.
I'm sure you do love the disco theme.
Well,
sure you do.
It reminds me of
you
where
loved it for the past 6 months, apparently. I had no idea.
Well, Keanu, you have to remember, I failed, I'm a failure, and I'm a loser, and there's no more disco for me.
Some of us had our suspicions.
It's very clear.
Yeah.
Can't wait to have you at the wedding, and so you can hang by Gino.
Dude, if any more of this story comes out, I'll be hanging by Gino in a different way.
God.
Just by a fucking
There's
fucking
more?
rope. There can't be
Dear
more.
God, listen. We can't wait to have you stand up at the wedding. And way to make it about you. You stupid piece of shit.
You know what?
See you Thursday. Get fucked.
Bye. There's only one way that story could get worse. And the only way that story could get worse is if I got a call from a Spicer area code and said, you might want to sue your doctor. I don't think your vasectomy took. And I would be like, whoopsie doodle. That wouldn't be good.
Oh, no, that'd be bad.
Crunchy Cynicism with $2 says, men ruining everything for women per usual. Guys, I'm joking around with Keanu. I would never make her wedding about me on purpose. I just hope nobody knows me, you know? This has gone kind of everywhere.
Yeah, just a little.
I hope that everybody at her wedding is like old school Italiano. And they don't fucking read the internet and get that deep into this shit. Because it's very big for one corner of the internet, but it's not big like in general.
Right.
You know? Nick the Milkman with $5 says, how about you do something about Mr. Approachable spurging out about the chatters? We don't have to safeguard for anyone anymore. What's going on? I'm only reading the super chats.
Yeah, drama?
Is there drama in the chat? I don't want drama in my chat. I want peace in our time. That's all I want. What was this? Steel Toe on Red Bar? Yeah, go fucking watch Red Bar, man. Who gives a shit? I love that. Like, Steel Toe's going to be on Red Bar. I'd fucking better be. Do you know how much attention I'm getting for all this shit? If Red Bar ain't covering me, then Red Bar ain't worth shit. If Red Bar ain't talking about me, Red Bar's got his finger far away from the pulse, jammed squarely up his own ass, along with his colostomy bag. So, no. Red Bar should be talking about me. I'm Red Bar's fucking meal ticket right now, like I am a bunch of people's meal ticket right now. If you ain't talking about me, you ain't very smart. That's what I say. All right, well, anyway. I swear to God, I had no idea about the fucking disco balls.
That was
when I started
awesome.
calling it disco.
Oh, that was amazing.
Shit. And you know what really sucks about that? Is
what?
For my friend, I would find another word. But I can't find one more perfect than disco.
Well, I think it's the responsibility of your friend to come up with one for you.
That's true.
That shouldn't be on you.
I wasn't complaining.
Not your responsibility.
That's a good point. You know what? You're a good friend.
It's her wedding. Let her figure it out.
You're a good friend for putting it in perspective. You know? Magic 8 Ball says the truffle pig.
It's the truffle pig. That was amazing.
She did call me a truffle pig. That was pretty good. Fuck. Oh, man. Mr. Approachable with $5 says, you want to get really scared? You could get the call that the vasectomy didn't work from more than one person. Oh, God. I'd just be running around with a fucking misoprostol gun shooting it in people's mouths. Just be sitting there fucking misoprostol and Tic Tac fucking dispensers just going, eat it all. Eat it all. Magnum DUI says, does anyone else the win by 2 guy is Snooki's retarded, less talented little brother? I find John to be adorable. He's harmless. He's fine. There's nothing wrong with John. Italiano, Aaron Vito Valentino, says Ron Konitska. I don't know. It's fucking... Sometimes the audience gets bucky and I start making jokes and all I can think of is like I stop with the jokes and then I go... I just go, that was a wild fucker. Like you stop making jokes for a second, then you start looking back and you go, that was fucking crazy. Jesus. Truth Seeker Knows says, oh no, you got to put that in fucking, we said questions for super chats, right?
Yeah.
Because we were getting so many fucking questions before the show. So anything over $5, you ask a question, and if I can answer it legally, then I will answer it for you.
Mm-hmm.
I did get a couple of attaboys from the LawTube people.
Yeah?
They're like, I didn't think that Aaron guy could shut the fuck up about specifics. And like, at least for the last 4 or 5 days, he's shut the fuck up about specifics.
Nice.
I'm like, thank you. I appreciate that. Legal Mindset even said he shows more self-introspection than Nick Rekieta ever has. And I'm like, well, that's damn.
Not saying.
Yeah, that's damn by faint praise.
Yeah, ain't got much of a bar set for you there.
You know what? Here's how you can show more self-introspection than Nick Rekieta. Ready? Like this.
Uh-huh.
I think I might be a little fucked up. Nah. There. That's more self-introspection than Nick Rekieta has shown. I think I might have a problem. Piss on that. There you go. That's a little more introspection. I'm a big baseball guy.
Mm-hmm.
I am a pretty big baseball fan. And one of the things that I will fall for every time, like a hacky morning show radio host, go figure, is any video that shows me a good hidden ball trick. I don't know. You're not a big sports guy, but the hidden ball trick in baseball is, if you can pull it off, it's one of the most beautiful plays in sports. So what the pitcher will do, there's many ways to do the hidden ball trick, but a lot of times it starts with the pitcher stepping off the mound, faking a throw to one of the bases where there's a runner on.
Okay.
And then the fielder pretends the ball got away from him and goes running into the outfield. The guy on that base goes running towards home or running towards the next base. Pitcher takes the ball, throws it to the catcher. They tag him out, easy out.
I got you.
It's the old hidden ball trick. It's fucking great. Or the pitcher will throw over to that base. The guy at that base will either walk over to the pitcher and pretend to hand him the ball, or he'll pretend to throw the ball to the pitcher. Pitcher won't step on the mound. The runner will take his lead, and the guy at the base will tag him out. That's a cool hidden ball trick. Recently, Clemson University pulled off the old hidden ball trick, and it worked to perfection. I fucking love these as a baseball fan.
Try to get that lead runner.
So there's a bunt.
There's the bunt laid out in front. Going to be a tough play for Wright. Oh, he makes it. That gets.
Okay, so they got the out. The guy at first has the ball.
Yep.
Okay. Runner just moved over to second and third.
The runner's over, but Wright had to make a heck of a play just to get the first out of the inning. Well done by Ty Barango.
So we don't know.
Absolutely perfect.
We don't know where the ball is.
Force that third baseman to come in. Blake Wright, nice job. In the indecision, you got to go. Nice play on the run. Here goes Coastal Carolina, though, playing some beautiful baseball. Get him on, get him over. Now Sebastian Alexander up in the lineup right now to get him in.
So the guy at third had the ball. The guy on third thought the pitcher had the ball. As long as the pitcher doesn't step on the rubber, they're fine to have the ball wherever they want to be. This guy steps off of third base. Third baseman tags him.
We just had a hidden ball trick. And Miho's just got tagged out at third base. Are you kidding me? Did that really just happen?
Never seen it live.
Well, here's another look.
So he gets the ball. So this is the pitcher right here.
Hidden ball trick. Eric Backage.
So the third baseman pretended to hand the ball to the pitcher.
Which allows his guys to make a decision on that if they want to pull it off. And this is, Wright's walking right back there. He's got it nice in the glove, looking casual. And a second that
there's the ball right there.
Miho steps off the bag. Boom.
I'm not a baseball guy, but that's pretty crafty.
That's pretty fucking cool.
That's entertaining as fuck right there.
Trick plays in general are awesome, but there's something about the casualness of baseball and then running a trick like that I always like. I dig that. I like that kind of shit. Maybe I'm just easy to entertain. I don't know.
Well, you're Midwest dad now. So
that's right. I'm just a Midwest dad who likes to go to
Midwest
Menards
dad.
No more disco. I like pontoons and beer and yard games and bonfires, and even though
karaoke.
I love karaoke. The only thing about bonfires is this shit. It fucks this up all the time for me.
You gotta be careful with that. Kind of.
Yeah, people.
Maybe you're going back to your disco days.
Yeah, people are going to start thinking it's disco. I've got a disco sinus congestion.
Start pointing like that, like yeah.
This ain't disco.
No, allergies suck. I get that.
Yeah, you can rent pontoons. I don't want to buy a pontoon because the thing about buying one in Minnesota is like you can use it for 4, maybe 5 months.
Yeah.
You take it out in May, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's fucking miserable and cold to take a boat out in May.
Most of the time, yes.
Yeah. So all of June.
Yep.
July, August.
September, you're good.
Most of September. Not all of September. It's going to get cold towards the end of September.
Yeah.
So you got maybe 4 months. Generous. Part of May, part of September. That's one. June, July, August.
It's one of those you need to, unless you have a lot of money to throw around, you got to pick the few things you do. You know, you're going to have your pontoon, you're going to go golfing, or you're going to have golfing and something else. You can't have golfing, pontoon, and this. And
too much stuff. You'll never get it done.
That's right. So it becomes a waste of money.
What do they say about buying a boat? 2 best days are what?
The day you buy it, the day you sell it. You know what boat stands for?
What?
Bankruptcy on a trailer.
Fucking boats. I think Bill Burr had a joke where he goes, you don't want to own a boat. You want to be the guy who knows a guy who has a boat.
See, that's why I don't own a boat, because I got 3 boats I can go use anytime I want.
Yeah. You got to go be
fucking
friend.
perfect.
You got to be friends with the guy who's got the boat. That's all. So I'm Midwest dad with who likes to go to Menards, play some bags, use my smoker. God, I'm going to love being fucking boring.
It's a great lifestyle.
I love going to Vikings games with my boys.
It's an amazing lifestyle.
You can get good and fucked up with your boys at a
yeah.
Vikings game. You go with your wife, there's that shame of like, I'm getting fucked up around my wife. You know?
Well, I mean, she didn't have any shame.
That's true. I did learn that the hard way.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she's not too concerned with the whole getting fucked up thing.
We're getting fucked.
Neither of us really had an issue with that one, did we?
No.
Boy, do you know, it's so ridiculous to think. Like, it's so... They're saying they're taking a point away for a low blow from Matt. I think you made a lot more.
He makes it too fucking easy.
I think you made a lot of matadors on that one. The idea, like the affront to Christ and the affront to God, that you could tell each other that you loved each other and you just don't give a fuck, that you just go in your separate places with different people.
Yes.
Just this idea that you can say, oh, I love you. It's like, shut the fuck up. No, we don't. We're lying. We're lying to soothe. We're soothing our conscience because we're going, this is fucked up. And then we're going, oh, but I love you. Oh, yes, of course. It's bringing us closer to get. No, it's not. It's tearing. You're tearing me apart, Lisa. We were happy. These two were fucking miserable from Jump Street. That's why they're doing this. They can't fucking stand to look at each other. You and I, we're convincing ourselves that this is good. Fucking lying to each other. Oh, man. Well, what do you do? What did you mind getting fucked up or getting... Oh, BJ, I don't like your abbreviation for boat. That's not. I don't like your Baldo on April's. That's not a good boat acronym. I don't think that's what it stands for, my man. I don't think that's good. Crunchy Cynicism with $10 says, Aaron, can I take you both out for shellfish? I think you're insufferable, but it feels like the least I can do for your guys, given your emotional instability. Fuck?
I'm pretty stable now.
What are you talking about?
More stable than I was like a year and a half ago.
It was a life that neither of us were equipped for, but only one of us can admit it.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. You're not a farm girl from a little farm town. You're like ready for disco. That's why it ate her alive. And then me, I'm like, man, I really like going to Vikings games and Renaissance festivals and fucking, shit like that. And they're like, yeah, you want to do disco? And it's like, oh, okay, so I can do disco. That feels good. But I can go do other things. No, it's got to be your whole fucking life forever and ever. And you can never see your friends again. It's like, ooh, I don't know if I can disco.
Yeah.
I think disco might be out for me. Oh my God. That was fucking funny, man. Didn't mind getting fucked up. Or Tracy Lynn says, I'm in Ohio and we dock our boat from April 15th to October 15th. April and most of May is too cold and September, October is too cold. Yeah, see, it fucking sucks, dude. Then you have to pay $1,000 for the dock and $500 for the storage in the winter.
Or just have it on a fucking trailer and bring it home. You don't need to pay for a dock. You can bring it to any fucking lake. We're in Minnesota.
Yeah, the public access.
Yeah.
But then you got to wait in line.
It's not really a line.
Okay. Well,
it's not usually that bad unless there's some idiot. Can you back up? Are you going to be the idiot that can't back up a trailer?
How dare you call me an idiot for that? That's right. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. You're the guy. You're the guy at the landing I hate.
Yeah, no, I'm that guy.
I'll teach you. I'll teach you landing etiquette. It's really simple.
You just back it up and kind of go a little left, little right, little left, little right, and just kind of shimmy her in. Is that how you back up a trailer?
Well, that's a whole nother lesson.
Or do you 90 degree that shit?
Well, whatever. It depends on the situation.
Do you 90 degree and then straighten her out?
Well, you usually there's enough room
every
to
time
make
I've
the
ever
U-turn, pull ahead so you're straight, and
Yeah.
then you just got to back straight in.
You can back straight in? I thought it got all fucky with the attachment. With
That's
the
the
hitch.
bulldozer.
Yeah. Well, when you do so much coke, you can't get your fucking dick hard.
The trailer goes straight if you know what you're doing.
So, all right. Every time I've ever had a trailer, I drive around the block. And I pull in that way. That's how I roll.
Uh-huh.
Hulkamasha Baby says, just stick to golf, Aaron. You can take care of clubs. That's about it.
You need some lessons, that's all.
We'll get there, guys. We'll get there. You guys are $15 into tomorrow. I appreciate all of your generosity. Oh, no begging today. People who don't like us are going to be really upset. I got this one just for Matt. This next story. Don't read ahead too quick.
Okay.
I
don't read well, so just keep it moving.
I want to play this. I want to play this for Matt here. This is about drag queens and children. Would you like?
You say you don't want me to say my dumb, fucked up redneck bullshit on your show, but then you show me stuff like this to get me to say dumb, fucked up redneck bullshit.
Oh, it's just a test. It's just a test.
Okay.
I won't change your little town. Your own children will. Your children will see us. Your children will love us.
And they will laugh at us.
And your children will join us.
That's good, because your guys' whole thing has been how you're not recruiting children and trying to convert them, and we're all just being paranoid. So that's great. That's good.
Why again with the children?
It is
Leave
a little.
the children alone.
It is a little fucked
You
up.
don't have an established culture like the gypsies.
So now you're using the gypsies as like good, like over this, like an example of like this is.
No, apparently it's fine if you have an established culture and religion with it. They don't have that.
It is kind of weird that like you're dressing like a chick, doing the tits and tucking the dick and everything like that, and then you're going, oh, we want to perform in front of children. It's like, why? Your children will join us. What? Nobody should be worried about that. Like nobody ever says that about anything, even things that are appropriate for children to do. Nobody's ever like holding a rally going, and your children will join us. Like people who build new playgrounds don't hold like rallies and go,
Right.
Your children will join us on the playground. Children just like playing on playgrounds, so they'll go. If you have to go and yell and shout and read to children and be in front of children's faces so that they'll join us.
Just to normalize it and indoctrinate them. That's all you're doing.
It's a little
You
fucked
just want to
up.
put yourself out there to expose them to it at a young age so they go, oh, that's normal.
It's a little weird.
It is. It's very weird. Not everything needs to be normal.
And I'm sorry, but you don't get to call us names or call us bad things for noticing fucked up shit.
Yeah.
Like sometimes shit's just fucked up. And we get to go, hey, that's kind of weird. What did you mean by that? Without you going, you're just a bigot. It's like, no. You said something that's remarkably alarming to me, and I'd really like you to kind of square that circle for me if you could. Mr. Approachable, you can do all that makeup, but you can't explain to me what the fuck you just meant by that kid thing. That's interesting to me. Mr. Approachable with $5 says, Matt, he never needs to back up a trailer. He's the one who hooked it up, so it never makes it to the fucking lake. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate the $5. That's very nice of you. We've got Bill Maher on Club Random debating Biden's chances over beating Trump. He's talking to Kara Swisher. Do you know who Kara Swisher is?
No.
I got no idea who the fuck this is.
Who is that bitch?
Who is this bitch? Swisher joined Maher for his episode of Club Random podcast, and the two fell on opposite sides of the fence about the president's election chances. Well, that's because Bill Maher's a little bit, he may be a lefty, but he's a little more of a realist.
Yeah.
Whereas there's a lot of lefties who are just like, oh, there's no way Biden could ever lose. You know, they're just, they can't fathom it in their head. What's her name? Kara
Swisher?
Swisher. Who the fuck? Oh, American activist journalist. Oh, God, I'm sure she's
looks like a fucking great time.
Oh, I'm sure she's just a fucking hoot. This Kara Swisher.
Cocaine and hookers. That's a good shirt.
A lot of
Good-
disco.
Good cap there. It popped up on the screen.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you
said cocaine and hookers?
right there.
Oh.
Baseball cap says cocaine and hookers.
So obviously,
It's been listening.
Facebook or Mediaite listens.
Then
to
there's
the
the two in the
program.
pink, one in the stink glove.
That's great. That's great.
Discoing.
Discoing not very well for me right now. I can tell you that much. Bill Maher and Kara Swisher. Well, let's. You want to see them debate? I want to see a little. Let's see a little debate between these two.
I mean, any place you went in this town, no one would say they were voting for Trump, and I'm sure he's going to get some votes.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, I think more than you think here.
No,
especially because of Israel. I think it's because 100%. And also then on the other side, which is
Wait a minute. Catch that? They're in Hollywood.
Uh-huh.
So Trump's going to get some more votes, especially because of Israel. Why would Israel be a big reason for people to vote a certain way in Hollywood?
I can't think of any reason.
I took a big risk with you here.
Uh-huh.
Blowing my nose and having silence after I ask a question like that. The way you talk.
Uh-huh.
And you rewarded my belief in you by not saying, "'Cause the Jews." So I appreciate that.
But you can say that. Do you know why?
Satire.
Because it's your fucking show.
My fucking show.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Biden he's a reasonable person in an unreasonable age, right? he's
I didn't know this bitch was a stand-up comic.
Oh, God. So Bill Maher's the activist journalist and this woman's the comedian? I get it now. You see, Biden's just the reasonable one. The rest of us are fucked up. Now I get it.
Wow.
Any place you went in this town, no one would say they were voting for Trump, and I'm sure he's going to get some votes.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, I think more than you think here.
No,
especially because of Israel. I think it's because 100%. And also then on the other side, which is the problem Biden he's a reasonable person in an unreasonable age, right? He's
yes.
You know, like he's just
well
like,
said.
well,
What?
you know.
See, I didn't think Bill was going to fall for that bullshit.
How is that? There's nothing reasonable about him. He doesn't even know where he is.
There's a better than 50% chance that we've watched him shit himself on camera. I don't know if that's a reasonable man.
No.
I'll talk to Joe Biden. He's a reasonable man. Nick Rekieta is more reasonable than Joe Biden right now.
Gaza, there's a lot of really problematic situation there. At the same time, we need to defend Israel. You can't run up the middle anymore.
Right.
You absolutely can't run up the middle.
No, and he needs a sister soldier moment.
Sister, like that? Oh, for Trump, you mean? Or
no, sister soldier.
No, I remember. It was during Obama.
Clinton.
Clinton, sorry.
Clinton.
Obama was the other guy, the Reverend, remember?
Yeah.
There's always one.
Sister Soldier was not a very famous, as I recall, rapper who said that something like, I think there was this right after maybe the Rodney King.
Do you want more
Does Bill Maher measure out his
measured out
drinks?
his booze, yeah.
I learned from Nick Rekieta that you have to lick the bottle.
What?
Dude, he licks his booze bottles.
Why?
He's had different explanations for it over time. One time he's like, well, you don't want it to drip on the carpet. His carpets were fucking disgusting, by the way. So it wasn't that. I think in my opinion, the only reason you would lick a booze bottle is because you're a fucking booze fiend and you don't want to waste any. What do you do with when you pour a drink and some drips down the bottle?
I guess it drips on the counter and I just wipe it the fuck up.
Right. Yeah, that's what most people. You know what I do?
Yeah.
I'll wipe it up with my finger. I'll wipe it off on a towel.
Yeah.
You know what I have done? Because I can't remember what actor I saw this do it in a movie.
What's that?
You wipe the bottle and he'd flick his ear. Like he'd take the booze off the bottle and you just do that with it. I thought that was kind of funny. I'll do that every once in a while if I'm a little toasty. I'll just do that.
Yeah, but that's as a goof. You're not.
Yeah, I'm just being silly.
You're not making excuses for the booze you've spilt on your fucking carpet when you've been so.
That's just a fucking disgusting, piggish way to behave.
Dude, that's an almost $1 million home, and you're telling me it was that disgusting.
Allegedly.
Convincing.
You guys will see on the body cams. Like when they release that body cam footage, you guys will see.
Now I'm
You need more
afraid to have
sexual
more.
vitality
No, I'm just
right
gonna-
now because
Sexual vitality. Oh, I could say a million things.
Oh, go right ahead.
but sister,
One time I was at this house in Spicer and we were doing disco. Bill.
So lesbian who doesn't mind
She's-
dick jokes, as you know. 'Cause
Well-
I work with Scott
well, you
Galloway.
came to the right club
exactly.
random. Let
But
me
you
tell
haven't
you.
done any, really. I usually do
Is that
six
the
or-
end of their Biden talk? I'm guessing because now they're just talking about
She's
booze
talking about
and
her
dick.
being a lesbian.
Oh wait, no, there is more after that. Apparently. So she disagrees with him on
Let me tell you.
Trump.
Well, when we're next time we're at the Spearmint and Rhino
Right.
together.
We should go with Cuban and Galloway.
I hate it when girls talk about going to strip clubs. It's so fucking cringe.
But she's a lesbian. She just said that.
Okay, never mind. You know what?
Yeah.
Then she's fine. Then it's okay. But like when girls are like, I want to go to the strip club too. It's like, yeah, we don't want you there though.
Yeah.
Like it's a bit of a problem. We went to one on Nick's birthday once. It was full disco, you know, and it was pretty wild. I'll save those stories. I'll save those stories for another time. But it was pretty fucking wild. It was a pretty crazy time.
What lesbian should we bring?
Well,
Megan Rapinoe?
let me put it this way.
Megan, no.
Anytime I'm in Vegas, I'm always there.
Oh,
So it's really on you guys.
Do you go in the back room?
No.
That means
no.
yes.
I would,
That means yes. He goes in the back room. That means she goes in the back room too. That means you can do pretty much anything with them in the back room. Costs thousands of dollars, but
yes.
Okay. You can argue with me about a million things.
Oh, you know.
Except
You're
one
right.
thing.
I don't know that.
Here's the one thing you can't argue about. Me and what I'm like and what I do.
Oh
Not
shit!
even you, but
No.
isn't that the
She
room where
okay.
She may be the lesbian, but Bill, you're being bitchy.
many people
But I'm just saying,
not
lots of things go on in different strip clubs. Yes, I would imagine. For a number of reasons, but including the fact
cleanliness would be on the top of that list.
that's part of it, and also just like I don't need trouble, and yes,
yeah.
people could say anything happened if you're like in some dark
Fair.
room, but I don't want to, and I don't want to do that. That's a strip.
All right,
you know,
whatever they're talking about Trump, I don't fucking care.
Right.
People talking about strip clubs is about the least interesting thing I can think of. Oh man, boobs, am I right? Oh, pussies and tits.
Not everybody lived a life full of disco.
$2 from Kiki's Disco Wedding. Says, sorry, I'm behind in the chat. Great show tonight. Thank you, Kiki's Disco Wedding. I appreciate that. Hey, by the way, if you're still watching the show, we're just about done. Hit like, hit subscribe, follow the show, whatever channel, whatever platform you're on. Follow us. We really do appreciate it. We got about 5 minutes left here. Bill Maher also flipped out at Chris Wallace this weekend because Chris Wallace was being a cunt and bringing up the 9/11 thing that Bill Maher got fired from ABC for, which was like 22 years ago. I don't know why we need to be talking about it, but this is Chris Wallace.
Whatever your business
Bill Maher.
seems, this
Shut
event?
up. This is Chris Wallace and Bill Maher talking about when Bill said that the terrorists weren't cowards because they flew the planes into the buildings. And you could argue that us lobbing cruise missiles makes us the cowards, and it got him in a lot of trouble.
In 1993, you launched Politically Correct.
Incorrect.
Sorry.
Oops.
I was rebelling against
On ABC.
Yeah.
And eventually, years later, the biggest controversy of your career, where you, right days after 9/11, you made some kind of a comparison of the U.S. military and the Al-Qaeda hijackers.
Not the U.S. military.
Take a look.
Never was.
Take a look.
We have been the cowards, lobbing cruise missiles from 2,000 miles away. That's cowardly.
That is a
Staying in the airplane when it hits the building. Say what you want about it, not cowardly.
I mean, if you compare...
No, it's fucking insane.
It is, but if you compare the two things, it's one of those things where, like, if you're autistic and you don't understand context, Bill's right. But if you're a normal fucking human being that has a working brain and you know how people work, you're like, Bill, don't ever fucking say that again.
Yeah.
Like, that's insane to say out loud. Like, if you think it, yeah, factually, sure. But people aren't robots. They have emotions and they have feelings, and those all come into play. And when you say shit like that, you're going to piss off enough people where you're going to be fucked. Even, like, what's the old saying? Sometimes doing the right thing isn't doing the right thing. Like, you could be right and wrong at the same time.
Fuck yeah.
You know? And he really did fuck himself on that.
You've been married. You know you can be right and wrong.
There wasn't the military. I said we.
Well,
we
I
as
know,
a,
but the
we
cruise
as a
missiles,
society.
it wasn't the grocer who was lobbing them.
Yeah, and the military didn't pay for them either. Okay, that was first of all, this is so old.
Right.
Really? That's of interest still.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, we're talking about your career. We're talking about 20 years. Let me just ask you this question.
Anyway.
We'll move on. Looking back, were you just trying to be a contrarian?
Of course not. I was agreeing with somebody who said that. You skipped that part of it.
That's true.
Somebody
They did
said
jump in right in the middle.
The people who did the mission, they may have been evil, but they were not cowards, which is, I feel like, not even controversial.
Right. That's not a crazy thing to say. Like, it's not chicken shit to fly planes into buildings. That's pretty fucking ballsy. Like you said, it's insane. It's insane, but it's not.
It doesn't make you brave. If
but it
you're
doesn't make you a
fucking
coward.
mental patient, it doesn't make you brave.
But what they were saying was it's not cowardly. Because remember after 9/11, everyone's these cowards flew planes into buildings. Like, let's say what you want about it. It's not cowardly.
No, not cowardly. I wouldn't pick that word either.
Where he went wrong was he goes, what we do, that's chicken shit. And it's like, again, I understand the argument you're trying to make, but it's not going to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Not with any crowd,
No,
especially not
no.
the American crowds after 9/11.
Right.
Yeah.
Sticking with the suicide mission, not cowardly.
Do you regret having said it?
I regret having said it that night. It was 6 days after 9/11.
Yeah.
And the country wasn't ready to hear
Read the
truth.
room, asshole.
I mean, George Bush said, the terrorists win unless we go back to doing what we were doing. So I went back to doing what I was doing, which was telling the truth as I saw it.
Talking some shit, yeah. I get it. That's a fair defense of it. It is kind of weird to bring it up how many ever years later, though. Like, for him to bring that up and be like, hey, Bill, talk about this thing. He's like, it's fucking 22 years ago, for Christ's sake. All right, guys, we are done for tonight. Thank you very much for joining us. What an easy fucking show, man.
Yeah, that went fast.
That was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Well, I'll be back at 6 a.m. Central Time. I'll be flying solo tomorrow. We've got, I think, a little more. Kevin Brennan wants to hire April. We'll have a little bit more in the case, the news and all that stuff, and then more on the Alex Jones thing.
Oh, yeah.
As well. Pat McAfee said some white girl shit about Caitlin Clark. That'll be interesting to get into. It'll be a good show tomorrow. I think you guys will enjoy it. Plus, you got like $15 into tomorrow's goal, which we really appreciate. Matt, thank you very much.
No problem, buddy.
We will talk to the rest of you tomorrow morning. Take it easy, everybody.